One morning we woke up together. We spent every hour and minute together. Thought that in happiness forever. We never thought it would end. French kiss in the morning.
One morning we woke up together then. We spent every hour and minute together then. And so
It can take a miracle to survive the night. The killers come in serial consecutive or the camcorder captures the moment. The axe became the omen, arterial cuff flowing. I could see him flowing, rapid eye motion. I can't go in to scream about the casket lid closing. Choking victim chosen, saw this all in a dream. Took 13 miles by the river on a live stream. Eyes gouged when I shut my shut up, bitch. Your struggling is interrupting my lunchtime. Underground front, blood surrender. The gods of evil running with a motherfucking ninja. Every candle that vigil. It's a person posting your past, orchestrated by the mind of a maniac. Hack and slash, have the raps in my repertoire. Body parts in my dresser drawer. Man, this can't fathom what the madman's methods are.
Kingdom come, we ain't done yet. Joey Black, Billy, oh baby, carbon monoxide. Plus I, the venomous fire.
Tell me who will survive.
The venomous fire. Cut the head off a snake. There ain't no serpent alive that can come face to face with the venomous fire.
Tell me who will survive.
Dead or alive, you're in the midst of the venomous fire.
In the dark parked in an old white van. Ghost of Kuklinski in me, hard cold as ice, man. God told me I'm holy, I got a job to do. So I put on a suit and shot a prostitute. Gun named Sam, 4.4 caliber. Blew a hole in her can, poured out of her. My love left me, I can't feel like a man again. Until I staple the scalp on a mannequin. Praise mine, 6 mile blade dive. Hold a hate for life and a steak knife. Cycle of a psycho stuck at the office. But I brought a shotty, gonna show him who the boss is. Spend my day dreaming of indulging my impulses. Standing over a body, jacking off as it convulses. They'll say that I'm insane, but in fact, my brain painted black. Mind of a maniac.
Say that you sick. I write my rhymes on black paper with white paint pens. I'm a straight lunatic. Always laughing like a crazy comedian who wants stand-up shows with the same jokes repeated in one trick ponies. Certified phonies, we the killers with butcher knives. Don't need no fucking cronies. Bow tie and I choke my own chicken. Handcuffed around my balls with my dick when I'm talking that shit. Yeah, there we go, feeling himself. Can blame it on the devil and beat him with Bible belts till he can't see straight with the blood up in his eyes. Look him dead in the face and tell him the wicked shit'll never die. Why you upset? Cause you coupled with fucks running the internet. Everyone has opinions and most of them don't mean shit. And we can give a shit straight razors and double axes to the faces of all you idiots. Kingdom come, we ain't done yet. Joey Black, Billy, oh baby, carbon monoxide. Plus I, the venomous fire.
Tell me who will survive.
The venomous fire. Cut the head off a snake. There ain't no serpent alive that can come face to face with the venomous fire.
Tell me who will survive.
Dead or alive, you're in the midst of the venomous fire.
Highly addicted to shit I shouldn't be. Like sneaking up in apartments, dressed like I'm security, hawking out the emergency exits, making sure my getaway's clean. I'm getting restless. OCD with the checklist. My method's been tried, true and tested. All the time in my mind, invested in high crime, suggested that I hide inside of my maniacal transgression. Hit the lock on the first door on my left and let myself in. No lights on, in them right on the money, and life's gone. It's funny how I hide in plain sight, just acting like I'm making sure everything is alright. And I don't need an invite. See you all at midnight with a big knife. Cutting through your windpipe, bitch. I'm the Sasquatch of the sick life.
Mind racing, trying to find meaning. Meanwhile, the voices inside screaming at your death, it's live streaming. Beheaded at the request of the audience, the viewers all applauding it. The sky is falling and I'm trapped underneath it. I feel a calling that I need to relinquish. Force feed my demons to the squeamish every evening. Always heard of a heaven but never seen it. Just dreaming, relaxing, napping into pieces of your dismembered corpse. And no, I didn't clean it after intercourse. Of course, you getting aid by a steak knife and dinner fork. This head of orange. Not of this world, my human form, the uniform truly torn. Do I bury the bodies or shoot a porn? Truth is your camp weak, and we've only begun. You summon 100% evil, preach with a black tongue.
We ain't done yet. Joey Black, Billy, oh baby, carbon monoxide. Plus I, the venomous fire.
Tell me who will survive.
The venomous fire. Cut the head off a snake. There ain't no serpent alive that can come face to face with the venomous fire.
Tell me who will survive.
Dead or alive, you're in the midst of the venomous fire.
Alrighty then, hello, welcome to the Amazing Thoughts podcast. I am Pig, and Trey will be arriving soon enough. But we are just chilling here. It seems like this has not promoted the thing, so it didn't really come out. Well, that is what it is, I guess. I guess Ron didn't update the thingy to basically promote that we're live. Anywho, that's fine, it's okay. We are live, however. We're going on, we're here.
And here we are.
I know,
April
man.
Fools. April Fools, I wasn't gone. So, how's it been, man?
It's been I've been alive. I've been alive. But I was just like, I started a thing and I was like, all right, so our show is not being pushed to the chat to advertise, to let people know that we're live. So I'm gonna do a quick thingy here of the Amazing Thoughts. With that, we gone live. Yo, lit. Bam. Out of the wazoo. Gotta use Zoomer language. Yeah, anyways, yeah, so how you been, man? You got a kid? You're a father for the second time? How does that feel?
Feels weird. Because, you know, the first time it's kind of like, okay, well, I only have one that I have to deal with. Now it's like we're having to kind of split it, you know, try to figure out like I have to get the older one and, you know, help with him because obviously I can't feed the younger one. So it's like, I mean, unless we did formula, which, you know, she's doing it natural. So that's basically I can't feed the little one, so it's like I'm just helping with the older one mostly, like trying
Why
to make
not?
sure he's...
But why not though?
Look, I know it's 2022.
I mean, you know,
but
you could.
I don't produce milk yet, you know.
I mean, now you could be wearing one of those like fucking breast things.
The
You just
fake...
put the milk in. Like if you ever watched that movie with fucking what's his name, Robert De Niro. With yeah.
Yes, I've seen that.
You use the fake boobs. You just use the fake boobs and feed the kids.
You know.
I mean,
yeah,
seems legit. It is 2022. If you want to feed your own kids as a parent, as a father, I don't see why not. You know. I'm sure you won't get canceled.
Yeah. All of a sudden on stream, it's just like, oh, excuse me, because there was that woman.
That's the thing. You will not get canceled. Everyone will support you. Everyone will be like, "Oh my god, he's so brave for using a fake tit and feeding their children." Oh my god, please put this man on TLC.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's like I get a whole reality TV show dedicated. That would be hilarious.
And then you fucking recommend me because I'm fat. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
like
yeah,
then it's like
fat. You could be on TLC too.
So, I guess what did you have any topics in mind that we want to start?
I mean, I think we should start with like one of the obvious ones. You literally talked to me like last week about it and stuff. You're like, "Yo, dude, fucking, did you see Will Smith slapping Chris Rock?" And I was like, "No." But then I watched it. I was like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I like at like the first moment of it felt very fucking fake. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it felt like the slap itself felt fake as fuck.
Yeah.
Like what in the actual
That's-
fuck is that? Wait, why is
Like
hold
that-
on. Hold
Like
on.
that's why people were saying that it was fake, because like when he goes up there and slaps him, it looks very staged, you know. But then all of a sudden, like the after reaction is where I think you have to realize, like, oh, this is real. Like that was real. It was just, I think Will was just holding back, and I think that's why it looks so fake, because he like pulled his, like, I think he really wanted to like punch him hard, but he pulled it, and that's why he got the straight hand, you know. But
right.
the reason it's funny is because the joke wasn't nearly as funny as what Chris Rock could have made about him, because you know, if you know what Will Smith has had happen to him, you know, Jada Pinkett Smith has literally cheated on his son's friend, like on him with his son's friend, and
Oh, so that's what's going on. I was so confused. Like, what? So what's the deal with like the Jane, the GI Jane thing? I don't like. Why is he so fucking pissed off and shit? But
well, yeah,
that's
he's
going on.
Like, yeah, he's not pissed. He's really pissed at her, I think, but he can't be pissed at. He can't show that he's pissed at her. But
Right.
so basically, he just had to have somebody to get angry at, and then he's been on the verge of snapping, because she literally sat there, told it to him, and said, "Oh yeah, you know," and I you know, basically told him to his face that she cheated on him, and kind of like told him that he had to accept it. Like he is like an actual like cuck because of it, because he sat there and he said, like, yes, honey, you know, like, and she said, yeah, I got to entangle. She called it entanglement, but she really just, she screwed other guys. Like, she was screwing around with other guys, and then when Will
like
was
the kid's, the son's friend.
Yes, like
so the son is like is that kid that fucking did like the Karate Kid thing?
Yes, it's the one that did the Karate
Jaden
Kid
Smith
and,
or some shit.
Yeah, Jaden, and now he's wearing dresses.
Right,
He's
so-
wearing
So
male
he's
dresses
grown up now, right? Because like I remember when I was watched that fucking movie or whatever, like he was like a child, I guess.
Yeah,
He's pretty young. Okay, so I guess he's grown up now. Well, grown up, like what? He's like 20 something or whatever.
yeah, he's like 22 or something like that.
Oh, he's a young buck. All right. Okay, so well, makes sense. Anyways, so I mean, yeah, dude, you're Will Smith, right? Let's put it into perspective, right? You're Will Smith. Like a vast majority of the world adores you and whatnot because of your movies and all that shit. And your own wife, goes and fucks her kid's friend. I would be pissed too, man. I would also be pissed.
Yeah, I just find it funny though that he decided to do it, like get mad about that then and there.
To Chris Rock?
Yeah, but I think it's something where he knew he couldn't be mad at like anybody else. Like he couldn't be mad at his wife directly, because if he was mad at her, then she would
Cancelled.
Yeah, he would be canceled immediately and everything. So essentially, he was in a no-win situation, and that's why she's been taking advantage of it, really, like,
right,
badly. So he's just been on the verge of a snap, and this is where he finally did it. He finally lost it.
All right, it all makes sense now, you know. It all makes sense actually, because I was so confused. Like, why though? You know, like Chris Rock doesn't seem to be the kind of person that does this kind of shit. And also, I mean, there's another when this whole thing blew up. Like, there's another video surfacing on Twitter and stuff about him slapping another dude that tried to kiss him or something. He like pushes the dude away and like gives him like a back of the hand slap. You know, but I mean, yeah, like doesn't seem to be like the average thing for these people to do, in my opinion. So it was kind of like out of character, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and the funniest thing is that Will Smith has basically been like the good guy. Like everybody's viewed him as like a really good guy from the entire time because he's played some really good guys in at his acting career. You know, like from his stuff as.
I mean, is he a bad guy though?
I
You know what I'm
mean,
saying? Like,
I think to some degree they like in Hollywood, it's going like most people, it's going to corrupt them. Like
you gotta
especially
you gotta put yourself in other people's shoes when when it comes down to these things. Like, would you like your wife to imagine your wife does your, like, hypothetically speaking, not, you know, okay, but just hypothetically speaking, your wife, you know, goes to have some fun with your son's friend when your son grows up and shit. She goes to have some, you know, some fun on the sack with your son's friend. How would you feel about that? You know what I mean?
I mean, but I think like I would handle it way differently than what he's handled it. As far as like that would be me being done with her instead of like instead of
so
lashing out at
stop the
everybody else.
cuckery and like, you know, hey wife,
yeah, just
go handle your shit. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you
I
good.
get that.
Like you like
You
that's
think they're still together because of like the whole Hollywood fucking lifestyle bullshit?
Yeah, I think it's the whole thing of because people have made their relationship look like the ideal relationship. You know, like a lot of people who follow like celebrity relationships, they're like, oh, Will and Jada. You know, like Will and Jada. If that's the kind of relationship that you should have, or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
They're kind of like either he would look really bad if he came out saying like I'm divorcing her. You know. I think that's where he's at. And he thinks that he needs to keep that appearance. But I honestly, to me personally, even if I became quote unquote famous, I'm never going to become famous. But if I were to become famous,
You don't know that.
it would. Well, I mean, I don't anticipate becoming famous. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Even if I were to become famous, regardless, I have you know my set of principles that I'm not going to care like what will people think if you know I had divorced my cheating wife or something like that. You know, I don't care what the public
imagine that, bro. Imagine divorcing your cheating wife.
Like Will, you know, if Will were to do that, like I don't see he's just maintaining the appearance, and that's all it is. It's a very superficial thing, and that's what Hollywood ends up. That's why I'm saying like most people, it's going to.
If you think about it, wasn't like Angelina Jolie's and like fucking Brad Pitt's relationship super superficial as well? I mean, it's the same bullshit with Megan Fox and whoever the fuck she dates. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean even I think to some degree. What was it, Grimes and Elon Musk, you know, like that was very like superficial too, you know, like a lot of it is surface level to the nth degree of like, you know, oh well, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are both like the most attractive, you know, this is kind of what people would say, not what I would say,
you know,
but like they're like the most
felt about this bullshit where people like are like their lives revolve around the relationships of celebrities and shit. I feel like you motherfuckers need to stop being such pathetic fucking losers. Like, how fucking boring and sad is your life that you have to fucking like revolve your life around celebrities bullshit? Who the fuck gives a fuck if like Brad Pitt is fucking, you know, Megan Fox or Angelina Jolie or whatever the fuck? Who the fuck cares if like it's their own goddamn business, man? Like I don't understand when did it go wrong that like people have to, you know, basically be so interested in like the private lives of celebrities? Why can't you just be satisfied with, you know, the things that's happening with them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's really weird to sit there and think like what someone's in, you know, for I'm like 10 states over, like why would I care what someone in Hollywood is doing
Exactly, bro.
especially in the bedroom? Like why would I even
Yeah.
care about that? You know, like what does that matter to me? It's just funny. Like I find humor in some of it. You know, like obviously like the whole Will Smith thing. I find it humorous that he basically took it from his wife saying, "I slept with another guy," and him just kind of like, "Yes, honey." Like I find it funny, but
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not going
yeah,
to sit
yeah,
there
yeah,
and
yeah. No, like
obsess
that's
over it.
no, but that's the thing. Like the comedic parts of life, I think we could share with each other and whatnot. Like kind of like when someone has like an embarrassing moment. You know, like a lot of people comment on it, you know, like kind of in a group and stuff, and it kind of rolls around and um as long as it's not like embarrassing so much that the person doesn't want to get off their house anymore. But like if the person can take it well, I think it's fine to just like sort of go around it and like commenting and shit. But things like legitimately personal things, I just like, bro, I got my own life. My own life has issues too, and I got to deal with my own life. I don't fucking need to. I don't give a fuck if she is fucking other dudes or whatever. But then again, like, I would be pissed off if my wife fucked my son's friend. I'd be pissed off. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, and that's why like I understand why Will Smith did what he did, but like to the same like it wasn't Chris Rock's fault. It wasn't the
Yeah.
bald hair joke. Like everybody doing all that, blaming it on that kind of stuff. It was none of that. It was just Will Smith. He's a broken man because he's
Mhm.
had all these issues, and he just can't deal with them in the public. Like he, you know, and that's what a lot of celebrities end up breaking because they have personal issues and everybody puts them under a lens and then they just crack, you know, like it happens even to the best of celebrities. I mean,
Yeah.
I think like, you know, Mel Gibson is a great director. But you know, some of the stuff, his drinking problems, you know, he had a lot of issues. He had, you know, some things where he had, you know, DUIs and stuff like that. So
I
not
haven't been on
even
par with Mel Gibson, but have you checked? Do you watch Channel 5 and any by any means?
no,
On
I haven't
YouTube.
watched I haven't watched it in a long
I
time.
remember like I showed you the Channel 5 episode where they did about Talladega. Is it Talladega? The
Yeah,
NASCAR place.
yeah, I haven't watched in a while.
Okay. Also,
So
I'm gonna push this over to the other channel because like for some reason I think the bot is not recognizing that we're live, even though I double checked. I'm broadcasting to the proper thing. Maybe Ron didn't do the thing, but we'll just be there. Like if people join, they'll at least be able to listen to us. Okay, we're gonna server mute the bot. All right, we can talk now. Okay, cool. But yeah, so let's do it here because the bot was like acting up. So this way we can talk, and if people join in, like they can actually listen to us.
cool. But yeah,
But as I
the
was saying, the Talladega thing,
mhm.
what we were talking about again? Fuck, I just forgot just because of that, man.
Well,
Um,
you're telling me about like I was we were talking about the celebrity stuff and about the Will Smith thing, and I was just saying like all these people being put under a microscope like that. Eventually, a lot of them crack. You know, like they end up getting uh, you know destroyed because they're in Hollywood and they have such a spotlight on them, and
yeah,
that's where
why did I lose my train of thought there? Because I know I was going off with something with the Channel 5 and the Talladega. It wasn't about the Talladega. It was about something
you
else.
were saying that did I watch the thing on him on Channel 5
Channel
or something?
5, yeah. Uh, Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we gotta
somebody.
move on because I can't remember this for shit, dude. Like, I don't know why I have like sometimes my memory's so fucking good about like things happened like fucking 20 years ago, and then like things that just happened 5 seconds ago I don't remember.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I don't really care about celebrity lives. Like I'm not into the. I find it weird that some people like actually invest themselves into like, oh, look at what's happening. You know, like people who watch The Bachelor consistently or
Oh,
watch
dude,
these.
fucking hell. Fucking
Like
Jersey Shore and Kardashians and shit
yeah,
like that, bruh.
I have no time or patience for any of that. I just don't. I don't care. Like none of the reality BS. Um, there's actually this good rant that I've seen. It's in the video game Metal Gear Solid. It's Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. And I was it's from the villain character, but
The
it's
big
really
guy?
yeah the big guy
Oh, dude,
Armstrong.
there's been so many fucking memes about that lately.
Yeah, he's great because he talks about like he says, you know, all this internet spew of 24 celebrity BS, you know, and that's what I think like I don't care. Like he's pissed about it. You know, I'm pissed about that kind of stuff. I don't care about it. None of it matters. None of that matters to me. Like the
Yeah.
celebrity stuff, I could care less. It's funny whenever it happens. Like that's how I feel about it.
So you're talking about like the memes that have been voiced over by some other people and stuff? Or you mean like the actual character?
No, the actual character. Oh, let me see if I can get a good screenshot. Like there's a great um
No, because I've been like when I'm watching like some Overwatch streamers and shit, they watch videos in between queues and stuff because like you can't do anything
mhm.
else besides like playing custom games or whatever. And there's some pretty funny voiceover shit going on with the that kind of stuff. It's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in chat the actual image that I'm referring to. So it's this like this part where this guy's saying this, and it embodies everything that like what I hate about modern media. Is all of it is just this beat
Right.
celebrity BS and the you know all that kind of stuff. Trivial, you know, trivia stuff. Like I don't care about anybody else's life really, but mine and my family. So like at this point, I mean, like and anybody that I care about, you know, like the people in my circle, you know, like I. You know, like I watch your streams. You know, I'm interested in what's going on with you, and interested in with what's going on with other people that I interact with. But like
Yeah.
anybody, if I don't talk to somebody or I'm not interacting with anyone, I just don't care. I'm beyond it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. It's just especially because those celebrities live a very different life than we. I mean, they have a normal life like we do, but they live a different life than we do. In the regards that, like they have to keep this appearance, like you said. Like Will Smith has to keep this appearance for the fucking like the media and all that shit, and he has to keep going on with the wife and stuff when he could just like, yo, get the fuck out, but he has to slap other guys to keep himself cool. So yeah, that's totally it. Yeah.
Favorite earn play to earn to play. Everyone play to earn game.
Yeah, Ron's got some people there.
Guys,
um, but yeah, that's essentially my whole take on all of it. Is I think that Will's had some problems, and like you know it's obvious, but I don't really care. That it was funny. It's funny because he's kind of let himself get to this point because it's he views that image of the celebrity so valuable, but overall I don't really care. Chris Rock's joke wasn't that bad. Like it wasn't worth getting
I don't.
slapped over.
But the thing is, I don't understand the joke. What is a joke about? Like the GI Jane
So
thing.
so the GI Jane thing was that
I know GI Joe, right? But like, what's the GI Jane thing?
so GI Jane was there was like this film that was GI Jane. It had a female soldier, and basically she was having to struggle to because it's a man's world, and you know it was during that a lot of like women's empowerment films, and so
Hmm.
they had to have like a woman soldier. She's the first female soldier kind of thing, you know, and it's called GI Jane, and they talk about this female soldier, and because she shaves herself bald, that was the point of the joke. He was just saying like, you know, like your hair, you know, like GI Jane 2, can't wait to see it because he's saying like she could fit the role of GI Jane because she has no hair, you know.
Right.
She doesn't have to
Okay.
audition. Like the whole point was like she doesn't have to audition because she already has the hair because she's bald. Which she could
Yeah.
she's rich enough she could wear a wig. I don't know why like that's so controversial. Like that oh she could wear a wig.
Yeah, a lot of women
Um,
do wear wigs if they don't have like good hair enough. They wear wigs.
I mean, my mom would sometimes wear like extensions to her hair just because she wanted to like if she was going out like to a special event or whatever, like they're going to out for dinner or something like that with somebody, she would have some like extra like hair extensions or whatever, and just because she wanted her hair to look better or whatever. And I don't know see why like if like we weren't rich, you know, it was kind of you know cheap that what she got, but like these rich people they could just have a full head of hair if they want them. I mean. I don't know how much Donald Trump's hair is actually real. Like I don't think that's 100% real. There's no way.
It reminds me
So
of the episode of Family Guy where Peter Griffin gets employed by Trump to test the static electricity so that he's Trump's hair doesn't get fucking like raised.
shocked and
Yeah, fucking hilarious.
but yeah.
All right, well, I grabbed some topics for the episode 17, and I talked about a couple of them by myself, which sucked. Fucking talking about things by myself, but one of the things that I had was like how esports could change because of like this application that is called Zwift, and it's basically biking. It's basically cycling, but they have this application where you just like set up a bike in your house or whatever, and there's like a device that sort of reads the the mileage or whatever that you're doing, and it sends it to the application. Think of it as like VR chat, but
Mhm.
for cycling, and it's just cycling.
Wow.
But they can sort of like design the maps, they can design the routes, and you could be sitting at home and you can still go through like the France fucking cycling tours or whatever the fuck. And I looked into it, and it could be interesting because like esports could go from sweaty dudes sitting in front of a computer playing video games to actually
Sweaty
being
dudes.
sweaty dudes, but actually like doing exercise and stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, esports could change in that regards, and it's actually quite interesting, you know, because what is next on the line, you know, like so now we got like cycling. You can do cycling through a computer. What's next? You know, like a treadmill, and you can actually do like proper running, I guess.
Well, they had
Mayhaps,
some
you know?
like there were some prototypes of like where you could jog around and they would match the movements. And there were also some like hand like gloves that you could like have some like sort of textile touch like if you grab something in a game. But all that's of course dependent on VR. And I think that VR is the biggest part with VR is that it needs to be cheaper. If they make it cheaper, then that will definitely um, make it more likely that more people will use it
Mhm.
because it already you already need a good PC to run the VR mostly.
Yeah.
And then you also need to pay like another $600 to get a VR headset. But if they
Yeah.
ever get that cost down enough to where it's cheap enough to like, if it's a couple $100 for a VR headset, I think that most people can like that can reasonably afford that to some degree if they're interested in it. Like I mean, obviously we'll have to. I don't know how many people are interested in VR, but if you get the cost down to where a headset is only a couple $100 and you don't need this big setup, like you don't need a like the because some of them have the sensors, but if it becomes like a in the box thing where I can just put the headset on and I can hook it up to my PC and I can play games, or maybe I don't even hook it up to my PC. Maybe it's just a Bluetooth or USB, like probably a Bluetooth or something like that, and then I just connect it to my PC and start playing VR games.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that would be the next big esport thing if we can get it to the point where everybody can participate. When it's something where only like the richest people who have like enough space, who have a good rig to play it on, and they have to have the headset too. Like you have to. That's a lot of money investment.
I think the
Um,
best thing would be making it. I think like not too long ago, like a few years ago, there's like this warehouse setup where you could wear a VR headset, and they made it like so that like there would be obstacles and shit in the warehouse, and so like
mhm.
everything happening in the warehouse was like VR, but in real life. So like you have the reality, but you also have the VR, which augments the reality, which is the whole point of VR. So you'd have the warehouse with the obstacles and stuff. I guess the cameras would read the obstacles so that you wouldn't go against walls and things like that. So I think that would be like a pretty neat future, in my opinion. Where you just have these obstacles and stuff in a warehouse, and you can still like do the VR thing, and it's actually realistic. And honestly, I feel like also, the VR headset right now is kind of like a big fucking chungus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it
Like
kind of
they're
needs to be
they're like
like
a
just
brick on your
glasses or some shit.
face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like a lot of people feel uncomfortable as fuck after a while wearing that shit for like, I don't know, 3-4 hours. So if they make it so that you can just wear like these tiny, I don't know, like sunglasses or some shit like that, this is not like super taxing on your head and stuff. I don't know if taxing is the right word, but like you get the point. I think that would be the right thing, so that you could like, if you're in a warehouse and you're like playing a shooter or something with obstacles and shit, you could actually like roll around and things like that, and you like your movement is captured. So if you roll, you can actually see people rolling. I think one of the good games, in my opinion, that did this was like sort of a Counter-Strike VR copy. It wasn't
Yeah,
called
Pavlov.
Counter-Strike.
Yeah, Pavlov. I think that's
Yeah,
the one you're referring to. Yeah,
I
I
think it
really
it
like
was
that.
good, right?
Yeah, it looks like the best VR implementation of like a normal game. Like because a lot of the VR games are just gimmick games. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like they're like oh, climbing simulator. It's like, oh yeah, I want to go climb a mountain. That would be fun, right? Uh,
yeah,
no, I what the whole point of VR is I want to do things that I like in game. Like I want to, if I'm pretending I'm being a shooter, let's pretend that like I'm actually in it. And it looks really good. It makes it seem a lot more real. Um, to like that, and it does look like a good clone of Counter Strike.
yeah,
Um, so I think that if you have more of that capability and less of like the bulkiness and everything, I think that's where a lot of gaming stuff could go. Personally, I would like augmented reality, but I don't think that as many people like that kind of stuff because like Google Glass got killed quick. and I thought
I
it was
think
a
it's
great
good
idea.
as long as it's not super corporate bullshit where like the thing they're trying to do with this quote unquote metaverse where it's all corporate and you get advertisement in like fucking real time and shit like that. I think that's the stupid part of it, the dumb
Yeah,
fucking
like,
annoying part of it. But
let
everything
me
else,
give
like,
you an ad. Like
yeah,
while you're talking to your friend, and you get an ad, and all of a sudden, like, what the?
yeah, exactly. But back to this thing. I mean, I looked into it. I looked into the Zwift's website and all that stuff. And like you were just saying, you know, the to run the VR, I don't think it needs VR. Like the Zwift thing doesn't need VR. It's you just need the bike, and then you can like run it through a laptop in front of your bike, or maybe even a phone. I think the phone is like the app for the phone is like super simple, but you actually need a computer to see like the graphics and stuff like that, the GUI and all that shit. But I think, you know, to make it more immersive, obviously you would need you know, like a VR headset. But it was still like, it's still pretty expensive to get the equipment to read like the miles that you're doing and the speed you're going at and all that stuff. Like it was, the cheapest one was like, I think $300. It's like, it's still a significant amount, you know. And I think that like the mid one was like 500, and like the most expensive one was like 600 or 700, something like that. It's still like a significant amount of money, because you could get a bike for cheap, but if you want to like actually do this in a quote unquote professional manner, you would have to get a bike that's actually professional, and a professional bike is not cheap. I don't think it's not like fucking $150 or $200. It's like probably 500, 600 plus, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're going for the really quality, you're probably looking at least $1,000. You know,
Yeah,
it's like biking is an expensive hobby too, and I
it
mean
is.
this is obviously made for people who are really into biking, and it would help them you know, do some training. But I mean, even at the end of the day, they're still going to need a bike too. So it's I don't know. This is made for like a performance cycler, like if you're already competing. I think
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know that anybody in a average Joe is really going to want this or going to get in
but
to
I
this
think the
kind of
thing
thing.
is,
But
like, it could be good even if you're not doing it like cycling professional type of guy. I think like it could be good for exercise, you know, like instead of just sitting there on a
mhm.
stationary bike just pedaling, you could actually, you know, have visuals to where you're going, and be able to
Yeah, true.
control your bike and stuff, you know.
I mean, yeah, I think I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, if it was between like buying a stationary bike and buying this bike, yeah, I mean, obviously, I would buy this bike.
Yeah, exactly, because you actually,
I do wonder. You know, I've been watching Lewis Rossman. He does a lot of right to repair videos, and some of them, like if they have any problems, like there's a lot of proprietary stuff that you can't repair, like the software or the hardware is very locked down. So I wonder how they feel about a lot of that stuff. Because if this is like a proprietary bike, it's probably really difficult to maintain. Whereas like a regular stationary bike, it might be easy to maintain. You know.
yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Like after some time, the belts and everything to read the speeds and all that shit probably would need maintenance. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So
But
yeah,
still, I do think that, you know, this concept is cool though, because like it would be much more fun to have an actual track that you're looking at, and especially if the bike can respond to the track in some way, that would make it even more cool. Because then it's like, okay, well, if I'm having to turn left or turn right, and I actually have to turn left and I have to turn right or something like that, that would be really cool to
yeah,
be able to do.
because they actually have they have this device as well, which your front wheel will go on, and if you turn your wheel, like it's probably like a thing that slides left and right, so
Mhm.
your front wheel will be rested on it. And if you go left, if you turn left, it reads that you're going left. If you basically go right, it reads that you're going right. So like these are pretty cool ideas, actually, you know, to basically grab real life things and shove them into, you know, alternate reality possibilities, but while still maintaining the sort of, you know, like the good things about biking and cycling in real life, like exercising and shit and exploring. So
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you know, this could be much more like corporatized. Like they could have like charged for certain things. Like so, I think that just charging for the bike and basically you know, having the software on it be what runs the stuff. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, it's honestly something different. I don't see a lot of companies like making bikes where you can augment reality kind of thing. Uh,
yeah.
so that is pretty unique and pretty cool.
Yeah, they did a live stream on YouTube where like they are basically actually filming, quote unquote, filming the like a race. It's not a race. It's the cycling basically, going from like point A to point B, kind of like the France tour. And they did it on YouTube, and that's why they covered this, because it could be esports in the future.
Very cool. Yeah, see, it would be cool to have a you know, digital Tour de France. That would be
Yeah.
insane. Because imagine, I just imagine this too. Imagine like the big. Well, he probably wouldn't be fat for long if he was doing this, but like imagine the fattest guy like starts out doing it and he's doing really well at the digital Tour de France.
I
And then
mean,
that'd be
I don't.
crazy.
I think they need to. If you mean that the fattest guy, they probably would have to lose a significant amount of weight before they could even like get on that bike.
Yeah, they'd probably crush it. Like,
Because I remember watching this video about a dude who was like 1,000 pounds, and he went he went through so many fucking things. He went through like a lot of doctors going to his place, trying to talk to him. Like, dude, we get it. It's hard for you to move. It's hard for you to even get off your bike and stuff. But you got to understand, like, you got to lose some weight so that we can put like the thingy, the belt on your stomach or whatever the
lap
fuck.
band. Yeah, like
So that
like
you can lose some weight. But before we can even do that, you need to lose some weight. You need to like actually do something and shit. And he couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. And his wife kind of enabled him a little bit in a way, which was kind of.
I think I may have. I mean, there's several examples of this, but I think I've seen something similar to what you're talking about. Like the wife just keeps, you know, like feeding him, not helping him get up and do stuff.
Yeah, she
I
keeps feeding
honestly,
him what he wants to eat, basically, like fucking fast foods and things like that. Things that just don't help you lose weight whatsoever. Because, like, I'm fat. And if you just sit around and you eat things that, like, just give you calories and you can't lose those calories, how the fuck are you going to lose weight? You can't lose weight. It's impossible. Like, you got to move at least a little bit. You know, like you can't just possibly, it's like you can't get rid of liquids if you keep putting liquids in a container. You know, like the liquids will like, yes, some of it might evaporate, you know, but if you keep putting liquids into the container, there's going to continue to rise up, you know, and it's going to continue to fill up. Like, it's impossible for you to just have a container with liquids and some of it might evaporate, yes, but it's not, all of it's not going to evaporate. It's a very short amount of it that's going to evaporate naturally. So if you just keep putting more and more, it's just going to get more and more, period. You know, so you can't expect to be just stationary all the time. Continue to eat calories and like a high amount of calories in sugars and things like that. And you can't lose weight like that. Like, you just can't lose weight like that.
yeah, it just doesn't make any sense how people could even get to that point though, because like if you, unless you just literally sat there and never moved. Like if I just sat at my desk and I like never left, then maybe. But I mean, I don't know. I'm fidgety. I need to. Usually I need to get up and I need to go and I need to do something a little bit. I can't just sit here.
Yeah.
And except for I could sit here and do some work. As being a programmer, I have to sit and code. So I can sit and do that for a while, but then I want to get up and I want to do something. I don't want to just sit here all the time. I don't see how anyone could let themselves get to that point where they just they balloon
That's
up.
like when I'm streaming and I like been live for 2 hours, 3 hours. I need to get up. I need to get up, walk, stretch my legs for a little bit, and I can't just like stream for 6, 7, 8 hours without getting up, without taking a break. It's impossible for me. Like after 2 hours and a half, I'll start feeling uncomfortable, and then I just have to take a break, fucking stretch my legs. Period. Like literally just stretch my legs, get doing something. Anyways, I'm gonna grab another beer. All right, so I'll hand you the master microphone, I guess, or whatever the fuck, because you also have another microphone. Or I'll just let you. I'll mute my microphone and I'll let you have your microphone be the only microphone. I don't fuck you. I'm just trying to be like stupid. But yeah, I'm gonna grab a beer. I'll BRB. I'm gonna take a piss as well. So yeah, entertain Ron. Entertain Ron.
So, I guess the next thing that I was going to bring up was there's been a lot of controversy recently with Disney and what Disney has been trying to a lot of the Disney employees protesting the bill in Florida, and it's really hilarious to see the people being mad about um, basically what's just saying you can't talk about um discuss relation discuss any interpersonal, like you can't talk about the like sexual content with kids, um and to find that people will like are really defending it is really weird. And then not only that, to find out the fact that the people behind Disney products are like saying that they're openly showing different um they're wanting to push an agenda. Like they literally say that they're wanting to push an agenda. It's crazy. They've been caught multiple times on the same Zoom call, like on these Zoom calls, and I'm gonna post it in the chat here. I don't know if I can show it on the stream. I don't know how to promote myself to be able to do that. Or can I show let's see here. Can I do it on so let's do it. Can I oh man, this is a little bit trippy, but where's the here's the tweet. So if you can see that, this is a Disney person, and they're talking about how they are trying to they understand that kids get a lot of information from the media, and there's a lot of power to that. So let's listen. So it's really weird to me that they would want to like push that kind of stuff because clearly they have intent and they've been wanting to push this agenda for some time, and they just now have the opportunity to do so, um, because they've been given these positions of power at Disney, and then they want to get mad at someone who's just wanting to avoid sexual conversations with children, like K through 3, like kindergarten through third grade.
I'm
Yeah, I
back.
mean, I completely understand because like it doesn't make like basically at this point it would be much easier just to like start over. Let's just start fresh because all this madness, dude. It's crazy what's going on. But I look at it as we can influence the next uh, me raising my kids the way that I believe should be able to hopefully uh, help help provide a better future. Aiming for a better future, I think is the way to go. What's up, Pig? Yeah, so I was just talking about the Disney. I posted a link in chat there. Disney has been talking about how they have essentially they literally called it a gay agenda where they were trying to push gay and like queer content into kids programming. Like they literally were caught on tape saying such.
Wow, pushing something that's gay in 2022, that's insane, dude.
Well,
I could have never seen that coming. I
well,
just read a little
they
bit of that saying like his team is committed to exploring queer stories and promoting trans, bisexual, gender non-conforming. What is gender non-conforming, bro? What the fuck does that even mean? Like, oh, I don't like my gender. They, dude, what the fuck?
Well,
Uh,
their way of justifying it, just to like, I mean, I don't, obviously I don't agree with it, but their way of justifying it in the if you get into their head is they're saying that like men are told to be a certain way and women are told to be a certain way, and you know traditionally, like if you're looking at traditional men and traditional women, like men are supposed to be protectors, providers, kind of thing, and women are supposed to be like nurturers, carers,
yeah.
and that's kind of their role. Like it's just roles. They say they don't believe in gender roles, so that's why they're saying like gender non-conforming. So like if you're a man who wants to behave feminine, like that you're still a man, but you want to behave feminine. That's the kind of stuff that they're talking about. But obviously, I don't agree with all that nonsense. But that's how they justify that kind of stuff to themselves.
It's just fucking stupid, dude. Like, we've talked about this so many times but like, I think a lot of it is, at least with the kids and stuff, I think that it's like frustrated motherfuckers who never got anything and now they're trying to do something different and they're pushing the narrative to kids because kids are impressionable. And I mean, dude, when you were a kid, like when you were a teenager, were you like trying to be activist and you were trying to like fucking manifest about things? Because I wasn't. I was interested in playing video games and being a kid. I was interested in going outside, interested in getting drunk and doing some drugs to explore how it felt like and fucking going out, just being out, doing things outside and like, just exploring life, and now
Yeah, I
these
mean,
kids are just like in middle school being activists and you gotta be this, you got like, dude, bro, stop fucking projecting this shit onto kids. Let kids be kids, let them enjoy life before they get to adulthood and they have to like deal with bullshit.
yeah, but the whole reason this was brought up though, Pig, is because they were talking. Disney was coming out. They were talking again. They were speaking against a bill that in Florida they were going to pass to basically say you couldn't talk about sex with K through 3, like kindergarten through third
Mm.
graders, and so
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
yeah, but essentially that's all the bill did. And if you read the bill, but the Democrats, like the people like these crazy leftists, they were calling it like the "Don't Say Gay," and they were saying like, "Oh, we'll say gay," like gay, gay. There were literally I forget which the celebrities. I think even at the Oscars, they had a whole bit about it. Like they were talking about like, "Oh, we're gonna say gay, 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 gay," and that's essentially like they just went on a whole spiel about it. Like in because they've named it that, like, don't they think that everybody thinks that it means that you can't say the word gay. I don't know why. But all it is saying you can't talk about sex with like kindergarten through third graders.
Yeah, because like, dude, let them fucking live life. Why the fuck are you like giving them this shit when they're so young? Like, let them fucking enjoy their childhood and adolescence. It's like the life of the adulthood is boring and fucking annoying as shit. You keep getting hit with things that you don't want to get hit with. I mean, it can be fun, but more likely than not, like, you're gonna be hit with. It doesn't matter where you live, what kind of life you have, but like, that's just how adulthood is, like, you have to do things, you have to be responsible and shit like that. So it's like, I don't know, man, it's like so stupid. Like, just let the fucking kids be kids, man. Stop bringing this bullshit over to them, So
yeah, and a lot of them, what they were saying is like that they don't think that they can like mention that, like, if a teacher if a teacher happens to be like gay, they're saying like, hey, well, what if I can't even tell my kids? For one thing, why are you even talking about?
Yeah, why'd you want to have the kids know that shit, bro? Who cares? Like, live your own fucking life. Who the fuck cares if you're gay, dude? Like, how is that relevant? How the fuck would that be relevant to your class? Like, your goal there is to teach your kids to be better humans, to teach them about whatever the fuck class you're teaching them about. So if you're teaching them about history, if you're teaching them about English or any other language, that's what you're there to do. You don't have to fucking be there like, oh, I'm gay. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. Like, who cares? Who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Go be gay on your goddamn fucking leisure time, dumb bitch. Fat whore. Have you realized how most of them are fucking fat and ugly? Like, a lot of these teachers who do this kind of shit, they're just fat, ugly.
Well, no, like
or both.
Well, it depends. Like, if it's the teachers that want to push this agenda, yeah. But like some of the teachers that get caught, doing other things, it's always like you've seen the memes before of like why didn't we have teachers like that when I was in school? Because like the teenage
the hot ones,
the hot ones, yeah. Like
I fucking love those.
It's hilarious though that like, but the ones who are pushing like this agenda.
What's the problem with that? Like, we were kids, like we were exploring, but like we didn't control that shit. That's the thing. We didn't control that. It wasn't like we were just sitting there being like, oh, yeah. So I feel like society has built me to want to fuck that teacher of mine. Like, no, man, it's just a fucking natural feeling, I think. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, like, the
science says that when you reach like 13 years of age, it's when you like your when your libido and your hormones and shit start like getting all crazy and shit.
Yeah, you get thrown into the.
I remember like around 2008, 2009, or even earlier than that. There's like a 16-year-old girl got pregnant from a 13-year-old boy.
I remember reading about that. Yeah.
No, you didn't, because it was in Portugal. I'm pretty sure you didn't read about that.
There's been cases like that here as well.
I'm sure.
Been scenarios.
Because it's not like, bro, it's a normal thing, Especially like back in the day. Nowadays, you have like fucking condoms being pushed to people like left and right, But like back in the day, it didn't happen like that, right? It was like, yeah, fucking, people like to fuck, Goddamn. They explore that shit. Like, their libido goes crazy. They fuck. Whatever. And so that 13-year-old impregnated that 16-year-old. And it just fucking happened. Well, boo fucking who, man? Is it wrong? I mean, I don't think it's wrong. It's just something that naturally happened. It's wrong because society says it's wrong, because you're supposed to only have kids when you're developed and only when you have responsible attitude and when you have a job, etc., etc. And I understand that. I get that, right? But like, do you understand like 20, like not 20, but like fucking 40, 50 years ago, people were fucking left and right, no condoms, and they were having kids left and right as well. Like,
Yeah, and it kind of part of it, I think, is a pot. You know, have been some talks, and I don't think that it's so secret that a lot of people are saying like we need less people on the planet. Like especially like really rich people are saying like we need less people on the planet. So I think that some of it is to discourage like discourage it as much as possible. Period. Like so people don't have sex at all. So that way that they don't have any kids. Like you never have kids and you never
I think the
have
rich
any.
motherfuckers would like people to have sex with it because they're fucking pedos and shit. They love that.
But they don't want kids. So that's why like they will push like a people to abort kids and stuff like that because that would be their preference. Like, oh yeah, you know, now like that 16-year-old that got pregnant, like just abort it. You know, like this, you don't need it. You know, that's their idea of how to deal with that. You know.
Yeah. It's just fucking.
But back to like this, it doesn't make sense that Disney is like they look really bad coming out and saying like when all the bill is saying like you can't teach like sex to kids through kindergarten
You
through
know
third
what?
grade.
You know
Like
what?
they
I was talking to you about that channel, Odin's Men, and
Mhm.
he comes up with like a TikToker who covers this thing like I think it's that fucking Moana or some shit, Joe, or whatever, or
Moana, yeah.
Lilo and Stitch, I think. And there's a scene in a movie where they froze the movie, they paused the movie, and like on the background there's a bunch of like pictures of butts and stuff, like drawn. But there's a bunch of like butts and stuff, and I'm like, dude, it's a Disney movie. Why the fuck do you have butts? Like, this is a kid. These are kids. Why the fuck do they have butts and whatnot like on the wall, dude? It's so crazy. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Well, it's they what they want to do is they want it to be more like they want some of this to be like more accepted in society. Like they want it to
I think they're just a bunch of fucking creeps, if I say so myself. You
well,
see
and
that
I mean,
video of a Facebook employee who was caught using his like rank or whatever to like he was a pedo basically.
yeah,
Yeah, it was that's fucking insane, dude.
like watching kid videos or something like that on the work account.
No,
'Cause
he was reaching out to kids and stuff, asking for nudes and whatnot, and to meet up with a kid. He wanted to meet up with a kid.
I didn't see this one though. No, I
I
saw
don't
one
remember
where
which channel it was, but yeah, I saw that like not too long ago.
that's
Like a fucking
wild.
Facebook employee with a high rank, wants to meet a kid. But he obviously, when he was being confronted, he was like, "Nope, I just wanted to, I just wanted to see if they were safe, if they would like say no or whatever. I was just testing the waters, guys. I was just testing the waters, I didn't really mean to meet the kid. Like, come on." Like we haven't watched To Catch a Predator, where everyone literally said, "No, I didn't mean to be here. It happened. It's an accident. All right, guys, it was an accident. We just happened to be here." I didn't mean to fuck the kid. I was just testing the waters, guys. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, this meme is exactly what I think with a lot of these people.
True. True.
It's not rocket science. Like they're just evil and they want to diddle kids. And it's weird how comfortable. What I think is weird is how comfortable they are to do this kind of stuff. Like they get in positions of power and then they want to push like an agenda or they want to like try to like talk to kids and stuff like that. It's like, oh my god, like why can't we get rid of those people? Like just I mean, I would if I had a helicopter, I would offer free helicopter rides. But alas, I have no helicopter.
I think the best thing would be a chainsaw. It's like,
no, that's too messy. No. That's way too
it's
messy.
good. Messy is good.
Well, you could get the chipper in that case, like the chipper.
Messy's good. The player, football player.
Messi. Oh yeah, Messi is good. Yes.
No. Yeah, I don't know what drives these motherfuckers to do that. I think it's like deep rooted issues or something. They probably were diddled when we were kids or something. I don't know, man. Like older times were kind of weird too. So, yeah, there you go, Gabriel. Yep. Fucking what's it called? Just start up that sucker and swing that shit. Okay, well, what about crypto taxes? You like crypto taxes?
Hell no. I think that Biden is even proposing that he's wanting to tax unrealized capital gains. That's what they want to do. Here in America. So that would mean that if I own crypto, and even if it goes up in value, even if I don't sell, I get taxed on it. So what's the point of me even holding it like to begin? I mean, I'm going to hold it regardless. But if I'm going to be taxed on it, what would be the point of me like using it as an investment? Or it just becomes useless. Like, and I think that's what they want.
Yeah, so I got an article here about it, and I'm going to read a little bit about it. This is from Morning Brew. It says this is taken directly from the IRS Form 1040, and answering this honestly can put you at risk of tax perjury. It doesn't matter what age you are either. If you're actually in the crypto space, even if you're under 18, the IRS still wants to know about it. A lot of people... They're quoting this. A lot of people believe because they're anonymous, they can go and hide crypto gains and income, said Mark Costello, a crypto tax lawyer in South Florida, but the transparent nature of transactions on a blockchain makes that difficult to achieve, which is true. As the IRS grows and gets more versed in the blockchain, I believe they're going to find some stuff. They say it was all fun and games until tax time. First, you must notify the IRS of all the cryptocurrency you purchased, said Costello. On top of that, if you sold cryptocurrency, you must fill out Form 8949 with your Schedule D and show your gains and losses for the capital gains rates. You have to make sure that that's accurate. This is because cryptocurrency is considered property by the IRS. This differs from how exchanges of fiat currencies are taxed. And then they say on the Form 8949, you'll need to know the crypto's original purchase prices in fiat currency, the date you purchased it, the price in fiat currency that you sold or exchanged the crypto for, the date you sold it. And then there's ways of receiving cryptocurrency and how they're taxed. Mining is taxed as income. Airdrops are taxed as income. Staking is only taxed as property once you sell or exchange the coins for something. And crypto that is earned for a service or labor is taxed as income. So I guess it's like NFTs and shit, right?
Well, no, that would be like it. Oh, if you sold NFTs, yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
If
it's like a service, like artists doing services or whatever.
Yeah, so that would be taxable. But if you just bought one and hold it, it would only be taxable when you sell it because it's like property.
Yeah. So I mean, isn't the whole purpose of crypto to run away from like the typical bullshit of, the taxes and all that stupid shit?
Yeah, well, the problem with the American tax system, like specifically American taxes, is the fact that we have the most complicated tax code of any country ever. Like, because the whole point is that it's a progressive tax system where the richest are supposed to pay the most. But
Mhm.
if you're rich, it's not that there are loopholes. It's just that there are a lot of opportunities afforded to you. So if I'm rich, I can start a business and I can pay myself a wage from the business. And essentially, I'm only taxed on whatever I'm paying myself at that point. And there's other ways. I have investments and things that you can write off on your taxes. If you're a business, like if you have a business, you can say, "Hey, going to put this as a business expense." Like if I bought a new computer and I was editing
Yeah.
videos, those all become tax deductions where now my taxes have become less, because the whole idea is they want to incentivize like businesses to operate. So if you want to incentivize that, then you have to give tax breaks to those people to be able to get them to make more businesses and create more jobs and do stuff like that. But with the American tax code, um, a lot of these people will use these as loopholes to be able to do it, so that people complain about it, or they just someone like Elon, there people are just mad that he has a lot of his investment tied up in Tesla stock, and he doesn't really pay a lot of taxes because he doesn't really have a lot of money that he's just making a lot on his Tesla stock. That's most of what he's making. um but the American tax code is so complicated, and that's why they wanted to go ahead and classify crypto as a property, like a stock. And
Yeah.
they've been trying to make it like that. It If they just let it be a currency, we would honestly have no problems because we wouldn't be taxed. But they want to treat it like an asset, because a lot of people who are big money people, like the banks and stuff, they see it as, if you make it a taxable thing, then it can become something that can be similar to fiat in that way.
Hmm. That which kind of defeats the whole purpose. If you were to make it like fiat, what?
Yeah.
Then it's like kind of the same shit. Um. Well, I think as like things kind of evolve into the digital world that we're currently living in, and it's going to only continue to like get propelled in the future. I think like this bullshit is going to continue to be pushed more and more and more to what we're basically talking about. But I don't know how this is going to translate over to like Europe, because obviously that's like primarily, I think like this is Morning Brew, so it's probably like they're talking about American stuff as well. But I found like an article here talking about taxation on cryptocurrencies in Portugal as well in 2022. So let me see here. So Bitcoin, whose popularity grows around the world, was the currency that appreciated the most in 2016 and 2017, and already worth more than gold. It is an investment alternative for more and more people. Therefore, more and more taxpayers are questioning whether or not to declare the gains they receive through trading this cryptocurrency. Taxpayers working with Bitcoins have to pay taxes. The tax authority, AT, argues that the business with cryptocurrencies only has a tax framework if the sale of cryptocurrencies is its usual activity. But if the use of cryptocurrency does not involve a professional activity, it is exempt from taxation. Okay. Is that the same thing over there in America? Or is it different? Like even if it's not involving a professional activity, it's still you still need to do the taxes.
Yeah, I
Or
mean, you like, if I buy if I buy and then I sell Bitcoin, then then I still need to pay taxes on it, regardless of if I'm how I'm selling it, or how I think if I send Bitcoin to someone, I don't think that that's a taxable event, because I'm not. I'm not selling the cryptocurrency. So,
Mm.
but they even want to get into some of those kind of things. Like the government wants to treat all of those as some sort of taxable, because especially whenever Bitcoin, like if you send money to send Bitcoin to someone else, you have to pay a fee, whatever to the. So I think that they're wanting to somehow get a cut of all of those processes. It's because the government, in their infinite wisdom, they're printing a bunch of money, and then they need to, basically the bill is going to come due, and they need everybody to pay into it, and that's how they're wanting to generate as much revenue. They don't care, and if you look at the data, Americans, 70, I think 74% of Americans did not pay the totality, like they didn't pay all the taxes that they're supposed to pay. Like it's funny how there could be a article talking about that, but like no IRS agents are coming after us, So it, it's crazy, but not everybody reports everything that they. Because if I reported everything, I'm going to be in, like if I report every single thing, every single transaction, I'm really going to be taking too much of my time and wasting, too much time and money. I'm giving a lot of it to the government, who isn't going to use it any better than I would.
They're gonna make bridges and keep death row inmates for 80 years, and. But I just wanted to read this like little excerpt here. Saying, what should you retain about the taxation of cryptocurrencies in Portugal? The tax authorities' understanding of taxation of capital gains generated by cryptocurrencies dates back to 2016, continues to this day without changes, which I think is good. There's no specific legislation on the tax framework for cryptocurrencies. Cool, I guess. Income generated from the sale or exchange of cryptocurrencies when obtained by individuals and outside of a business or professional activity is not taxed by the IRS. I think we're good on that regards. Until, you see, the thing is, like, if this works for America, the world is going to pick up on it. That's how it goes typically. Like, if one country does one thing and it works, other, like, corporate bullshit places and stuff, they'll pick up on it as well, and they'll try to do the same thing. Because no one gives a fuck about the interest, like the best interest of people. They only give a fuck about like the financial interest of themselves, I think.
Yeah, and I think the government, out of all the people, has the biggest financial interest for itself, because a lot of the governments, if you don't know this already, are in huge debt. I mean, like the U.S. debt is like 30 trillion already, and it's still ticking, like massively up every second. So they have a lot of bills to pay, and they need you to pay it, and that's the whole point. And I think the worst thing, if it ever, I don't think that they'll ever get it passed. But if unrealized capital gains tax passed, it honestly it could cripple the world economy, because if everybody is going to be taxed every time that they start a business, I mean not just tax for starting the business, but if you own a business and your business goes up in value, you have to then pay taxes on the value of your business going up. Oh, that's crazy. Like that would be like Elon, every time, every year he would have to pay taxes because his Tesla stock went up, and he didn't even sell it. Like he didn't trade it for fiat. Like he just has this Tesla stock, which is just the value of his company, and he would have to pay taxes on just the value of his company, not even the revenue that he's generating, but just his company being valuable in itself would be a tax for him. Business would die. Like none of it would work.
I was also thinking about like how how the crypto works as well. Like sometimes it goes up significantly, sometimes it goes down significantly. So I mean, so sometimes when the crypto was like down significantly, it would be like, oh yeah, fine, I'll pay the taxes, and then it goes up like significantly as well.
Like all of a
It's
sudden,
gonna be
it's like
you
now
have to
now
pay
I owe
even
Texas.
more, even though you actually like. But that's just so hard because like, so what if your gains are when the crypto's down, and then you have to pay the fucking taxes when the crypto goes up. So like, your gains are dog shit, and then you have to pay. Like you're gonna be in debt. No, am I
Yeah,
stupid?
that's the
I'm kind of stupid. Like,
no, you're completely spot on because there's no way that they can like they would have to either set some kind of date limit, and there's no way that they would be able to manage all of that because then you have to also basically you'd have to check how much your house costs, how much your house is worth every year, and then that
yeah,
would be taxed too. Like all of these things are going to be taxed, and that's what they want to tax. So if I'm having to, keep up with Bitcoin's like price and hope that it goes down by tax season, honestly, that's wild. That would nobody would want to trade it at that point. Like nobody wants to keep it, hold it, whatever. Like nobody's gonna
yeah.
want to do any of that.
So basically, like what they're trying to do is basically kill it to an extent through these
Well,
like
they would.
subtle methods.
It wouldn't just be crypto. Like that wouldn't just be the unrealized capital gains wouldn't just be crypto though. It would be like my house. It would be like stocks, bonds. Like all of that gets taxed then because like if it goes up in value at all, then you own an asset that gained value, so you have to pay taxes on it. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's why they shouldn't. This should never pass. Like this should never pass.
Well, let's hope it doesn't, because like that's pretty stupid. But I also saw like something about Biden fucking allowing gender X or some shit to be a thing. I think I saw this on a thumbnail from Matt Walsh.
Yes.
What is gender X? I want to know.
Well, it's basically supposed to be like the non-binary equivalent. Essentially, instead of marking male or female, you're just gonna mark X for gender, so that way it could be whatever. And that's on your passport. So like on your passport, you could have gender X instead of male or female, and it's
Gender X. OPSEC. What is OPSEC? Isn't like fucking what's it called? Fuck, man, I forgot about it, bruh. I used to have this shit all the time available. I used to talk about this with Gabriel all the fucking time too. Gabriel, what the fuck was it we were using to like find like the things that, man, how did I forget about this? I'm so fucking stupid. Free information, some shit. I even made a website about it too. I forgot. I forgot about that, dude. Yeah, well, I'm gonna try to look for this. So if you want to go on to something else, go ahead.
yeah. I mean, we could talk about that. They also kind of in line with what we were talking
OSINT.
about.
Fucking OSINT. That's it. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. It's just like,
Oh, you're
whoa, Eureka. Yeah, it's OSINT. Yeah.
So the also with the gender X thing that they decided to Biden decided to tweet out talking about the transgender visibility day, which is I guess it was today. No, it was I think it was yesterday.
The what? Sorry.
Transgender visibility day. He tweeted about like that they support like transgender families like or whatever, and like people, transgender people who are essentially. I think he even said something about I think they even put, if I can find the tweet. Yeah, here's the tweet. There was a gender affirming care for children wanting to transition or whatever, something like that. So like the White House has a sort of a little thing here that like a breakdown of like how to help the young people if they're wanting to like transition, which is weird. I don't understand why they're wanting to get involved in that. Yeah, and here's the actual page where they talk about it.
So I'm sharing the screen with people if they want to look at it on the stream. So we've got gender affirming care in young people, affirming care, social affirmation. What is it? Adopting gender affirming hairstyles. The first thing I read, bro, this makes me laugh. Clothing, name, gender pronouns, and restrooms in the facilities. There's no fuck, man. This is real, dude. When is it used? At any state, any age or stage, reversible or not? Reversible. So, social affirm. Wow, social. So you just decide, yeah, you know what? Today I want to be a chick. I'm going to go into the women's bathroom. Is that it? Am I reading that properly?
That's what they're promoting.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Yeah. So women are. I'm pretty sure women are going to be super ecstatic about this one. Puberty blockers using certain types of hormones to pause pubertal development. Man, I just want to reading that. I'm not gonna lie. Reading this shit just wants me. I just want to die, dude. I just want to die right now because like fuck this shit, dude. Why are we alive? Why am I alive in this fucking day and age? Oh shit, sorry. All right. When is it used during puberty? Reversible hormone therapy. Testosterone hormones for those who were assigned female at birth. Estrogen hormones for those who were assigned male at birth. When is it used? Early adolescence onward. So early adolescence means like you're still a child.
Yeah, like that's like preteen. Like they're talking about like preteens getting help with this stuff.
Reversible or not? Partially reversible. So if you want to like just partially fuck up your life forever, it's just partially. So that's cool, I guess. Gender affirming surgeries. Top surgery to create male typical chest shape or enhance breasts. Bottom surgery. Surgery on genitals or reproductive organs. Facial feminization or other procedures. When is it used? Typically used in adulthood or case by case in adolescence. Reversible or not? Not reversible. So this one, you just like, you literally fuck up your life on this one. Sweet, dude. That's awesome. I think that's great. Hell yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead and, lop everything off and just go ahead and change everything. It doesn't, it doesn't matter, like what is that that's not going to cause any trauma, right? Like for these kids who are trying to just like learn about the world to begin with. Let's create more problems for them.
It's like the other day when I was streaming and I told you about like the face tattoos and shit, how the labels and whatnot, they would actually like kind of require certain artists to have face tattoos if they wanted to continue being promoted and distributed by certain labels. It just feels like the same bullshit, dude. It's like these motherfuckers do not have the people's interest in mind. They only have the image interest in mind. This feels like, like my country has been kind of like this, but not really, not like this in this stupid bullshit of like the gender shit. But like when things happen here, that could be like a thing that could be sort of transmitted to the whole world. Then yeah, like usually people think Portugal's an amazing country and et cetera, but like the people who live here don't have that much of a good or a great wage and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The majority of people actually struggle and stuff. Like the government is not that helpful. Our culture is fucking dog shit. Like the government doesn't help with culture at all. Like musicians, artists, and stuff like that. They're like typically like if you look at England has a fantastic cultural support for people. You know what I mean? Whereas like here, there's none of that shit. Like artists and stuff here, they're just like fucking pushed to the ground, and unless they could make government some dough, no one gives a fuck about the artists here. So it's just like, yeah, it's just like a fucked up thing, you know. And it reminds me a little bit of that shit to an extent, you know.
Yeah, and it comes down to to me what I think that a lot of what people that get in positions of government lose sight of is what incentives are you giving to people when you create new laws? Like when you create new laws, what is the incentive, the end result? Like they think about the policy, they don't think about what comes after the policy. Like if they're gonna make a new law, like if they're gonna make a new law, like, oh well, we need to support transgender people more. Well, let's make everywhere have a gender inclusive bathroom or something like that. They don't think about the implications of that after. Like, okay, well, what happens if someone abuses this, or someone uses this inappropriately, or how whatever scenario that comes out of this, they don't even think about that. They just think about the policy, because the policy sounds good, right? Like it sounds nice to say, oh well, you know what, if you're whatever gender, you can go to whatever bathroom, it doesn't matter, kind of thing.
You know what's hilarious about that shit, dude? Is that like I remember a few years ago, like there was actually wanting to make like transgender specific bathrooms, which I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. If people choose to be transgender, I mean, I guess if
I mean, it would be better than putting them in either
exactly,
or, because
yeah. So it just like completely fucking it was like a complete change of mind. Like, you know what? Let's not make construction or anything. Let's just like shove all of them into the the bathrooms that they say they're generous from. And fuck it, dude. Like it's none of our goddamn business. You know what I mean? As like governors and shit. So who cares? Why does the bathroom need a janitor? Because companies are cheap and won't build single units.
Jeez.
Would we be mad if you moved the show to Wednesday? I'm fine with that.
Moving our show?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have anything against it.
Okay.
Oh, no, Clown World, he's saying.
Oh, Clown World. No one cares about Clown World, obviously.
You better watch out. Ronald actually on mute for.
Yeah, but like,
that. He'll give you the spiel.
I need another beer.
Ronald say things.
I need another beer, so I'll be right back. Feel free to entertain the peoples, and yeah, I'll just BRB in a little bit.
So the one thing that I thought was interesting about he was mentioning the crypto taxes, is that there has been efforts made now recently talking about a central bank digital currency, and I wonder what their implementation looks like. Can try unmute people. I don't know.
Wait, what are you talking about?
They were wanting to. Yeah, CBDC. Yeah, they're wanting to make the CBDC app of, instead of, so that way you're taxed on your crypto, but you can use the CBDC like instead in that, and it would basically be a virtual dollar.
Yeah, they're wanting to do that basically to they can turn your money off if you not.
Well, I mean, they kind of already can, like Canada. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, they kind of can, but then again, like if people are smart, if they're going to go against their government, you can have cash and stuff like that. They want to get rid of cash. Like they want to make sure that cash, like becomes a collector's item and has no real value, right? Like, I mean, no.
Well, I mean, they printed enough money that it doesn't now. So,
Well, right, but it's not going to be legal tender anymore.
yeah, true.
I mean, even though in Venezuela it takes a wheelbarrow full of whatever the bolivars to buy a loaf of bread. I mean,
Well,
they still have
those not just the wheelbarrow, but like each bill is like $10,000. Like
well,
it's
yeah.
like it's not like they don't have $1 bills. It's not just a wheelbarrow of ones. It's a wheelbarrow of $10,000 bills. But the you
Speaking of
know
taxes, I'm
oh
wanting. I'm feeling uninspired. I got money burning a hole in my pocket, and everything I spend, I don't get taxed on. But I can't figure out. I've already got everything I need, I think. Do you have anything cool tech stuff that I should buy that I really need?
I don't know, if you wanted to get a VR headset, those are, they're a little bit pricey, and you might need the
I
space
don't think
for
I
it,
can
but
deduct those. So, like my graphics card,
oh,
I just got a 3080 Ti.
mhm,
That I can deduct. I
mhm,
got two ultra wide curved monitors. Those I can deduct. I bought. I got the 5900X with the Dark Hero motherboard and the all the RAM and all that stuff. I can deduct all
mhm.
that. I can't deduct a VR headset though. I need a
So
new controller. I've been playing. Well, I haven't really been playing it much, but the past few weeks I've been putting in too many hours. But I'm trying to play some Elden Ring, but the only thing I got is like a PlayStation 3 DualShock controller, and I gotta
yeah.
say, Xbox controllers are way better.
Yeah, I actually, I recommend. They have a cool Power A. It's a wired control. I mean, I don't know if you like wire versus wireless, whatever. I
Doesn't
don't
matter to
care
me.
wired.
Actually, wired is better because I'm on Linux and a lot of wireless stuff. Like the PlayStation 3 controller miraculously works on Linux. That's pretty cool, but not everything is guaranteed to work. So
Yeah, I got
wire
this cool Power A controller. It's Xbox controller. If
Power A.
Yeah, they're like a knockoff. Let's see, where's the?
Was that like the Mad Cats of today?
Yeah, it's like today's version of Mad Cat, kind of, but they're a little bit high. Honestly, I think they're higher quality than Mad Cat. It's kind of like this.
Okay. Well, what's good about them? That they're the price, the quality, the
All of that, like the price and the quality, like what I'm paying for, like a regular. Wait, why am I posting that? The
Am
wrong
I gonna find?
link.
Am I gonna find the
Wrong.
controller on the
Yeah.
wireless.gov?
I copy the freaking. Oh god, dude. Amazon links to my face there. But basically, it has multiple inputs on the back too. This is normally you pay $60 for a controller, but this one's $60 as well, essentially. And then you get these paddles on the back that you can map. You can remap them however you want. And it's really good quality for $60 for what I would be paying for a regular controller. I would buy 10 of these over buying if I was buying a regular controller.
Okay.
These are you know way superior build quality.
I want to get one of the OG original Xbox controllers, one of those big ones. I can't. There's a name for them,
Let's see if
but those don't have like USB. Those are like they get the round plugs that you plug in.
oh yeah, like the PCI kind of thing.
I don't know what it is. It's almost like it's a
Version.
proprietary thing that they only did on Xbox One or the first Xbox, not Xbox One, whatever.
No, let's see. No PCI. I'm thinking of I think it's PSI.
You're thinking of PS2.
Probably.
No, I mean you're thinking
Yeah,
of the
but they,
PS2
those.
connector,
Oh yeah, those.
like
But
the
yeah,
mouse and
the
keyboard, old school.
yeah
Kind
the
of is like that.
yeah. It's almost like that, but I think it was an Xbox like a exclusive kind of thing plug, wasn't it? So I don't know. Yeah, you probably have to look on eBay for this. But yeah, out of all the controllers, I really like this one, and for the price, that's the best one that I would find. But yeah, like for Elden Ring, you're definitely gonna want a better controller than a PS3 controller, like
Yeah.
because
Oh,
yeah,
it was
that
called
one
the Duke.
has
It was called the
it
Duke.
the Duke, yeah.
Yeah, here's the controller connector. Oh crap, that's a big file. But yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't quite like the PC connector. It was just slightly different.
it was round. It had that round barrel plug, but then it had some kind of yeah. It was different on the inside. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like those controllers. I like the big fat Duke controllers. Um, and I've always liked the Xbox controller way more than the PlayStation.
Oh
However,
yeah.
though, with the PS4, I believe is the one that came out with the. It has like a mouse pad right there in the middle of it.
Hmm.
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah, I've used the PS4 one. The PS4 one's okay. I didn't really use the trackpad thing that much. Most of it was it functioned like an extra button,
With
which
the
is cool in some
escape
games.
mode and stuff.
Like you could open up your map on certain games with it, so you wouldn't have to like press like a button on a different button. You just press the big you know that big trackpad. You'd
Yeah.
press it in, and then all of a sudden the map would come up. So that was cool. I thought having it like that, but other than that, I didn't really use it that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I don't know.
the PS4 controller is pretty good. But I don't know, just the Xbox One or the Xbox Series controllers are way better than the
Clay
PlayStation controllers.
Clay hasn't even felt like gaming. Why haven't you felt like gaming, Clay? Did you ever get Elden Ring? I know Trey got Elden Ring, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm almost. I think that I am like 75% done basically with the game.
Oh wow.
I'm in the last stretch of the game. I've already beat the all of the lords that they tell you about in the first part. Beat all of those, and I beat a bunch of other mini bosses, and then essentially I just have the last main bosses because after you beat the bosses that he tells you to beat, like the guy at the beginning. I don't know how far you've gotten, but like
I'm not
the
very
guy at the
far at
round
all.
table.
I'm
If
not very I haven't even got I haven't even tried to go to the was it the round table or something?
Yeah, if you get to the round table, there's a guy who tells you about like all these lords that you need to go fight. Basically, the major bosses of the game, and I've already beat all of those. And then there's like another set of bosses that they tell you, hey, now you need to go beat these other bosses. And so essentially, I need to go beat those guys. And once I do that, I think that's kind of where the end of the game starts. Like where go to the last bosses. I think I'm not sure though. There's a lot to this game.
Yeah, that's what I heard that like as soon as you think you're about done, like the whole new area opens up, and then all of a sudden, like the game is just like starting again.
Yeah, but like I think my map basically shows the entire like before it was kind of zoned in, but now I think that my map is almost complete. So I'm pretty sure that at some point in the next after I would beat the next bosses, I'm at least going to get to the final area where I need to be able to
See, I don't
beat.
even know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Which I've never played any Dark Souls game before. But yeah, like every time, like I right now I'm in some cave, and like I
Hmm.
fight these bat creatures, and then I get to this giant gladius boss or whatever.
Hmm.
And like I'm sitting there, I got to hit him like 700 times without him hitting me once, because as soon as he touches me once, I'm dead. And like you're jumping around, you're countering every like you got to do the exact dodge at the exact time. And then when
Yeah.
I die, it doesn't just start me back at the boss fight. I gotta go all the way back through the cave, fight all these bat creatures again to get to him again to fight. And it's like I've done this now like 30 times, and I'm about like I don't even know. I'm just gonna give
Well,
up. I think.
there's some of them that you can get shortcuts. It depends on
Well,
where
no, no.
you're at.
This cave, I can't run back out. I guess I can lose my runes and go to the last point of grace.
Mhm.
But this cave doesn't allow you. Like I had to jump down to get into it, so like there's no out. And the boss, it's like one of those where you go through the wall. You know, like
Mhm.
the wall is like you enter into the mist or whatever. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, the fog gates.
Yeah, it's a fog gate.
Oh.
Um, and yeah, I mean, I can kind of. Well, actually, no, these are flying bats, so they chase me pretty well. Like I can't really just run. Like there's a lot of platforming in this. I don't know. It's some cave I just stumbled into, and I was like, oh, hey, I'll check and see what's in here.
I bet if I had to guess, you're probably in one that you're under leveled for because really
Dude, everything I've been under level for. Like literally, I haven't fought one boss yet that
which
I felt like I was
which
level for.
which build did you take? So like,
I
uh,
have no idea. I can't tell
did
you.
you
Like
pick
I
the
was.
the nudie boy, like
Oh, what
the
build?
wretch? Yeah, which build? What starting character did you choose?
Shit. I don't know. A guy with a sword, and
Then you should have a pretty good starting class, then because the starting class is kind of part of it too, and then what you put stats into. So I would
I
say
I heard
essentially like
magic was easy mode.
oh yeah, magic is probably it's the easiest once you get going. Like once you beat the first couple bosses and put levels into it, it becomes really easy. But of course, you do have cast time. Like it does take time to cast the spell. So
Yeah,
uh, I would say though, what you probably need to do is go straight to the like have you? I'm sure you've been to the church where you saw the guy, the merchant guy.
yeah,
Essentially, just see where that grace follows to, and then go toward that direction. And then there's a lot of like easier enemies that you can kind of farm if you want to go that way. Like
yeah. I've
just
kind of been
follow
through there
that.
where you go and like
And then
um
there's
you go
if
through
you
those
go through
gates, and then you got the giant guy that jumps down from the top, and all the people shooting bows at you, and you go past that. But I went up that way, and it was like I got through all that stuff. I just ran past everybody. But then shit just started getting really hard. I was like, damn. I don't know.
yeah. If like I can't remember. Are you playing on PC though? Or
Yeah,
see, I've been playing it on my Xbox. So if they don't have co-op though. Like they don't have a crossplay. I mean, like they have co-op, but they don't have crossplay,
oh, they don't have
which
crossplay
kind of
on
sucks.
Xbox?
Yeah, they don't have crossplay with Xbox. I don't think, unless I'm read it wrong.
Weird.
Yeah, like every other game would have it with at least with PC and like either Xbox or PC and PlayStation, but I don't know. Like I think Bandai doesn't know how to code like net code anything. Like everybody complains about every like Dragon Ball Fighters. Everybody complained about the net code on that, and that was Bandai too. So I don't know.
You know, they do some really weird stuff with the game. Like, there's just some really big pet peeves of mine on that game that have nothing to do with the game, really. But, like, if
Hmm.
I want to leave the game, I've got to go to the system, quit game.
Menu, yeah.
And then it goes to the menu, and I can't just exit. I got to go back, log into the servers, load the save, like load the data from the saved cloud, and then I can quit. It's like, what?
Yeah, you basically had to reload the game to leave the game.
Yeah, it's pretty like some of the stuff they do is just like I don't know.
I thought
Pig, are you
Fighters was
playing it?
cool though.
Is Pig playing it?
Pig, I don't think his rig can handle it. He said yeah, I can't. I don't think he could buy the game, and then he said his rig can't handle it. So
Yep.
Your rig probably can. I mean, it really depends, but you just have to put it like on low textures or whatever.
No.
No, but you got like a
No.
giant monitor.
No, I don't have a giant monitor. I have a 2018 APU,
Oh, an APU.
which
Huh?
is it. Yep.
Ah,
It was decent at it.
yeah,
I mean,
that's,
even at the time, it was cheap for what it was. So,
the new IPUs look cool though. Like they look like they would actually be able to run some of the modern
no,
games. Like
the APUs are
the new
good.
ones.
Don't get me wrong, APUs are good. I mean, if you can't afford like a rig, like a full-fledged rig with like a 1,000 euros, bucks, whatever rig. It's good. And that was like when I bought the APU, or when I bought the computer with the APU, I only wanted to play Overwatch. And I was like, does this run Overwatch? It does. Well, let's go. So, but now, times are changing. Overwatch 2 is coming. And yeah. So
is your rig even going to be able to run Overwatch 2?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But
I wonder what the specs are.
I don't know. But I have been looking at like some GPUs. I'm kind of hopeful that by the time, like in about like 5-6 months, there might be the chance of getting a GPU for less than like 400 euros.
Yeah, I think that they're starting to get more chips available, and they're also there's more competition. Intel's going to be releasing their GPU, so I wonder how like if more GPUs will make it where just it's going to be cheaper for everybody.
Well, again, dude, hopefully it's not going to be like the fucking 6500 XT from AMD.
True.
Those RDNA 2 ones, or what are the new APUs, seem to be pretty kick-ass. Like the ones they're using on the Steam Deck right now can run Elden Ring no problem, which it is at 720p, but still.
Yeah, I was surprised that like the Steam Deck can handle a lot of games. I mean, even if you look at the Nintendo Switch is able to run some games that I didn't expect to run on it. Like Doom Eternal running on the Switch looks pretty good.
Oh, it runs on my setup decently, actually. I was surprised as fuck about that.
Yeah, but I think that game is really optimized. Like Doom Eternal, they did a lot of optimization to be able to make it run on a lot. I think that studio, id Software, they can really optimize their games, unlike a lot of other game studios.
Yeah. Why do people say id Software? Like, why not ID Software? Is it id Software?
They call themselves id Software.
Dumb though. Like, what's an id? Id. What is that?
Well, id is if I remember correctly, it's a.
I mean, I know what they are because I've been playing Quake since like I remember. Like when I was a kid, like fucking 7-8 years old, I used to go to my friend's house and go to his computer. He had Quake 2 installed because of his brother. And it was super cool.
Yeah, there's actually a psychological term for id as well. It's talking about there's id is your instincts, which is cool for them being a shooter game, mostly shooter game studio. So talking about the id, the instinct, like reflex, really really cool.
Does anybody here have a
Worms?
Worms?
Yeah, who made that? Isn't that like someone similar to id or something? Let me see here. It's Team 17, never mind. It's nothing to do with it. Team 17. I remembered Worms because like that's another game I used to play like in the same place with the same people. You used to play Worms a lot. Dude, I miss being a kid. I fucking miss being a kid. It was such a good time. Well, did I just kill the mood about missing being a kid?
No, I think we were all thinking about that too. It's like,
I was trying to think of like games I enjoyed most as a kid, and honestly, I used to play a lot of games, but like I mean, as a kid, like prepubescent kid, I think like I played probably Mario 3 the most. I don't know, like I didn't really go like crazy, like Earthworm Jim maybe.
Dude, oh, dude, I fucking remember playing that. It was so good. It was so good.
That game had really good like the graphics on it were so awesome for Sega Genesis, and
the fucking cartoons were so. And I like literally a few months ago, I was looking at like fucking YouTube videos about Earthworm Jim, and I couldn't find shit. Like that show and the game, like. I mean, there's YouTube videos of the game, and I'm pretty sure you can find ROMs and stuff like that of the game to play on emulators, but the show was so good, I couldn't find anything about the fucking show on YouTube. Like, there was a show.
Oh, I only knew the game.
Yeah, there was a show. It's like, literally this worm is crawling and stuff.
Yeah.
Hit by the fucking suit from space, and then it becomes Earthworm Jim. Such a good show.
Actually, the creator of it, I don't know if you know this, but he made another comic based on Earthworm, or like a book like on Earthworm Jim.
I did not know that.
Let me see if I can find it.
Wait, so are we off the air now on MSPways officially?
You've been off the air for 4 years now.
4 years? Goddamn.
4 minutes.
Did you change it?
So what happened was I changed your time, but what I didn't do was restart the like every time I change times, I have to restart the software. So then it basically what it does is it goes through the week and sets jobs at the certain times. So when I redo this schedule, I got to restart it so it sets a new time for you. I didn't do that. So I did set the schedule up, and I did all the other steps I needed to do because there's.
Just didn't start the service, I guess.
But I didn't restart the thing that sets up the cron jobs to do all the switching. But I did it during your show, so then it did end at the right time. I restarted. Like once I saw that the notifications went off an hour ago, I was like, oh, that's exactly what I did. So I restarted it because it looks right on everything's right on the website, which means I messed up.
Yeah, we're still live on Vim and YouTube's, so we can keep going until. Oh shit! Wait, what's happening? What am I doing? Oh, god damn it! Yeah, I'm fucking stupid. I was feeding my mic output twice. I need to change the hotkeys. Yeah, but we can still keep going. So yeah.
But yeah, he made he made a couple comics after, because a lot of the people who are in the comic and entertainment industry, they've decided to do their own thing, and they basically just fundraise their projects through like either Indiegogo or Kickstarter. Most of them are using
That's
Indiegogo.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, there's somebody who Ethan Van Sciver who used to do like the Flash, and I think he did some Green Lantern comics. He's doing his own comic called Cyberfrog.
But this is what I miss from like back in the day, dude. Who like nowadays you've got fucking shows that are like fucking talking about the like literally the gender shit and whatnot. Like back in the days, man, we had shows like this where it's like a muscular fucking suit with a worm inside of it that controls the whole suit. Like it makes no sense, but this is what was fun about it, Like where the fuck did things go wrong?
Well, I think part of it was like whenever. Like there were some people who especially I think who people who went to school for schooling, like they learned a lot of educational stuff, and they didn't spend any practical time. Like they grew up rich kids, and they go to rich private schools, then they go to a rich private college and stuff like this, and then essentially when instead of what college should have been doing, teaching them how to think, and teaching them like to use critical thinking skills and be able to learn and grow their wisdom in some way. A lot of it
Yeah.
just became them being determining that there was a right way to do things. Like they decided it's kind of like the old Christians in a lot of ways, like there were like the hyper religious Christians who like didn't want anything like no, oh, there's a there's a digital boob, so let's we can't be having those digital boobs, like you can't see anything, like you have to cover all that up, and stuff like that. So the censors just changed, they just changed who they decided that they wanted to do it their way, and instead of like being like a religious Christian, now it's like all this gender nonsense, all the feminist stuff, all those kind of agendas being pushed in our media now.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say, like, anyone who wants to unmute, let us know. It's like now you can just like hang out and stuff. You can unmute yourself. I don't think they can unmute themselves over here. I don't know. Do we go to the general chat? And anyone who wants to talks?
What do you?
Or what?
You can just unmute people if they want to talk.
Well, yeah, but like, what if they don't want to ask me to unmute them? Because I'm typically an asshole.
What if they don't want to move onto a different channel?
All right, we'll stay here then. If you want to get unmuted,
you're
ask
the
if you want to
ringleader,
unmute.
Pig.
But yeah, like, I think that, you know what? I lost my train of thought once again.
But I mean, it's just like it's just been a progression of things, like where a lot of these people who've decided that they want to do what's right, what they think is right for people, and they don't care about the consequences.
Yeah,
And that's the problem.
There's a lot of fucking consequences, dude. Dude, the future generations are gonna be so fucked up. They're gonna be so fucked in the head. It's crazy.
Well, and I think it's part of like the hyper Christians didn't ever think about this, like whenever they were going through their like crusade. I think that's why that some of these kids grew up. They had their hyper religious parents, and they thought like, you know what, I'm never gonna do that. I hate all of that. So we're gonna do the exact opposite just to make them mad. And they just became rebellious, and they never grew out of it. Like a lot of teenagers rebel against their parents, like they do things that they.
Oh, we all did. Yeah, we all did.
Yeah,
but but nowadays it's not just rebelling against their parents. They're fucking like, dude. It's just the activism bullshit and all this shit. Like, dude, stop. Just go be a kid. Like, go get dirty on the grass and on the dirt and stuff like that. Go fucking discover. Like, that's what I did when I was a kid, man. Like, I also another thing is like I kind of understand, and I kind of get it that like it's times are different. Like a lot of these kids, unfortunately, they were hit with the stupid fucking COVID bullshit. You know what I mean? But from the lockdown, I think the lockdown shit actually like fucked up a lot of people's minds. Because, don't get me wrong, kids would be like in this mentality of like, like the digital world is growing and it's propelling no matter what. But like when the only thing you can do is stay home because the government says you have to be like in lockdown, and the only thing you can do is be home. And like, how are you going to socialize when your parents are going to do their own thing and stuff? Well, you're going to go on Discord, talk to other kids your age, and talk to the people and stuff, right? So,
and there's still digital like people don't know it, but there's still like digital bullying too. Like even though like they may not be around other kids. Other kids may like make fun of how they look still on online or whatever. I don't think it's as bad as what like some people say. Like some people say like, oh, they're always, you know, like they always getting, but like some of these kids like do have people who basically follow
It's
them
worse. You
everywhere
know
they
why it's
go.
worse? You know why it's worse? Because they
You
can
can't
fucking
you
just
can't punch the bully
no
back.
no no no
That's
no
why.
no no no. It's because they can click the fucking X button or they can block them. Because when I was bullied, I can just click an X button or block people.
True.
Like
Yeah.
you're saying, you know, you either have to fight it or you have to deal with it, and you have to learn to grow through it and overcome the bullshit that people are saying about you and shit. These kids nowadays just press the X button, they leave the fucking chat room or whatever, or they just block, and that's about it.
Well,
Oh my
there's
god,
not.
I posted
That's not
something
all of it.
stupid on Twitter, and someone commented about my stupid shit on Twitter saying it's stupid. Well, I'm just gonna fucking block their ass because I feel like I'm being harassed or some shit. Well, who fucking knew? Because nowadays everything could be bullying, dude, if you think about it. You know, like if you post something that you in your mind consider to be really, really smart, but it's stupid as shit, and someone calls it out like being stupid as shit, you consider that shit to be bullying, and you block it and you like deal with it. And it's like, it's not, you know, like it's just criticism. It's constructive criticism, you know? So I think that's kind of a major difference nowadays. IMO, IMHO, SMH, out of the wazoo.
Yeah, but like if you look at the thing that I posted, that's actually from Morning Brew. The screenshot that I posted there, it's talking about the CDC survey found that 44.2 percent of high school students said that they experienced a lot of sadness and loneliness.
Well, no shit, dude. No shit. You're stuck at home, bro. You're stuck at home. What are you gonna do?
Well, and I think
you need the sun. You need to like fucking. You need the exercise. You need to do things like that's the thing, man. Like, it's not like I was exercising actively when I was a kid, but I wasn't stopped. You know, I wasn't like standing still. I wasn't sitting in front of a computer, in front of, you know, like behind a desk or anything. I was doing things. I was active as a teenager and as a kid. You know. So I think that's like a major difference. You know, these kids are just standing still, basically.
Yeah, and I mean like the way society is now, they can't do they don't have any recourse. Like you can't go to your friend's house down the road because like there's a lot of, you know, bad things that could happen, and sometimes it's faked by the media. Sometimes they're saying like, oh, your kids are gonna, like, if you leave your kid out there for like half a second, they're gonna get snatched up. Well, that's probably not
Yeah.
true, but if you leave them outside for like half a second, they're probably not gonna get snatched up. But also, you know, you do have to be careful like who you trust your kids around, and what, you know, like if they're going over to a friend that they probably shouldn't go hang around with, you know, maybe you should discourage it. I mean, you know, obviously there's different ways to go about things, but
Sometimes
you
there's
know,
parents who are worse than predators, and people think, wow, these parents are fantastic. Meanwhile, the kids are getting fucking diddled at home, and no one knows about it until
well, I mean,
too late,
or
and
like
they
the
become
kids are
serial
just
killers, you know, and they fucking start abusing others and shit. Yep. Rip.
that took the darkest turn. But I was just
No,
gonna say,
it's
like,
true.
yeah,
It is true though. Like,
But
you know, I watch a lot of true crime, man. I watch a lot of true crime, like a whole bunch of it, and I know about these things. Like, this is true crime. It's actually things that have been reported, like someone making a creepy pasta or anything. These are things that have been in court. There's documents about it. Like, it's actual crime. There's like a lot of it going on. There's
but I mean,
a mother.
not that. Like I guess what you're talking about is like this. There's actually a cool. I have a good example. Exactly what you're talking about. There was a mother. Let's see if I can find the post.
Like one is not diddling, but like there's a mother who got jealous of the kid who's like 4 months old or some shit. That the father was paying a lot of attention to the kid, and the mother killed the kid because the father was paying attention to the kid. Like that's just fucking ridiculous behavior. You can't even imagine, dude. Like, holy shit, how fucking disconnected you have to be, you know? Like, bruh. I'm gonna grab another beer while you look that up. So I don't know.
Yeah, there
man,
was
like,
actually I can't find where it
entertain
was.
folks.
But there
Unmute
was
someone or something. Get naked. I don't know, man. Do something. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I actually saw this one. This one post where there was a one like a mom who ended up she abused her kids and then she killed them. It was I don't know if I can find it. But it's actually crazy that she just and she let's see. I think they posted this. This let's see here. Well, I can't really find it. There. But yeah, actually, I'm on other topics. I guess I'm really disappointed that April Fool's Day was kind of boring. Like there wasn't much cool stuff that posts that people made for April Fool's Day. None of them got me at all.
All right, I'm back. Did you get naked for people or
Only in their minds. Only in their minds.
oh god damn.
They undressed me with their eyes. But
did you post the thing you wanted to post?
I couldn't find it, but there was one. I was talking about it. There was one where a woman, she had two boys. She had sex with both of them, and then she killed them.
Wow, goddamn. I'm laughing, but like that's fucked up as shit.
Yeah, it's messed up. Like,
wait, but were the kids like kids, or did they grow up?
No, they were kids, and she
like
the reason
toddlers or
yes, like yeah, toddler age.
What the f? How do you even like? Man, I can't even like. How do you even get off to that shit as an adult? It's like what's exciting about that? I can't.
I can find. Let's see.
Honestly, I'm happy. I don't know how that like how I could like how that could even be possible. I'm happy. I don't even want to like think about it.
I'm trying to see. Yeah, it was difficult. So I just saw it coming by my timeline. I thought I'd saved it, but yeah, essentially the mom did both of her kids, and then all of a sudden she was She actually hanged them.
Stuff fucked up. But yeah,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
like, yeah, you know, there is that's like a thing that happens in shit. You know, it's unfortunate, but people are fucked up in the head sometimes. You know. What were you talking about? They fucking brought this topic up. I forgot.
The main thing was let's see, how did we get back onto this? Because we kind of circled around a little bit.
We're talking
Just
about
kinda
video
got back to-
games, and then
all of a sudden-
we started like talking about nostalgia.
Oh,
and stuff.
you were talking about like how did we get to this point? Like in media, like how with all the video games and TV and all this stuff, doing this, and I was mentioning like how like some of these people wanted to like, you know, mess with kids and everything, and you were like, oh yeah, you know, this kind of stuff happening.
Okay. Did you know that like Apple is trying to lease fucking iPhones and shit? Did you read about that?
Oh yeah, they're gonna do Apple's gonna do a program where essentially you don't own your iPhone anymore. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Because imagine owning things in 2022. That's fucking boring.
Well, there is the World Economic Forum did say that they want like they were trying to institute a global agenda to say that you know, you own nothing and you be happy. Like,
No, they
you're-
want. No, I'm pretty sure they just want poor people to have iPhones. But what's the point of a poor person having an iPhone? Well, if you ask me, I think it's just narcissistic behavior.
It's a
Hey guys, I have an
device.
iPhone. I have an iPhone, guys. Yeah, but you're fucking paying a monthly fee to have an iPhone, and you don't have an iPhone. Your iPhone is a lease.
And it's a tracking device. Like, I mean, all phones are tracking devices, but like iPhones specifically.
I mean,
are definitely
that's
like
a little bit. That's a little bit too Mr. Robot, in a way, but. They can be a tracking device for sure.
Well, this is actually something that's been brought up before. The government asked Apple to build a back door into their iPhone into the iPhone software so that they can access it and however they want. And Apple said no, but then they did add some features that allowed them to have better access to Apple software. So, I mean, to me, at this point, a lot of it.
I still think this whole bullshit is like a lot of people are gonna just getting. They're gonna lease fucking iPhone, like, or whatever Apple products, whatever the fuck, just to be like showcasing or showing off. Yeah, I have an iPhone, because like apparently nowadays having an iPhone makes you makes you a cool person. I don't understand why. I think those phones are ugly as shit, and I think they're dog shit too. I might be biased because I own a fucking Android, but my friend used to have an iPhone. You know, my best friend who died used to have an iPhone, and I was like, "What's the point of this? What's the cool thing about this? I don't get it. It looks like shit. The UI looks like shit. The thing looks like a fucking brick." You know what I mean? Like, what's the cool thing about an iPhone? I don't get it. It's just because it's Apple and shit.
Well, it's a brand. Like, so, like, what a lot of people associate with like brand TM. You know, like any brand that you can latch onto, and you can say it'd be like having an iPhone is like having a Lamborghini. I could get a Ferrari, right? But if I have a Lamborghini, it's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Like, because technically Samsung phones are just as good quality, you know, for the most part, other than when they explode, right? But for the
Mine
most
hasn't
part,
exploded for 2 years, so we're good on that.
you know, some of them have exploded. But
I mean, bro, you telling me iPhones never exploded ever? I find that hard to believe.
I probably
because maybe They
Well, yeah.
exploded, but no one talked about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably all of them have had some deficiencies, but yeah, I think that.
Well, no shit, man. Every technology has deficiencies. You know, again, about the fucking cars that you mentioned. Here's the thing. There was this motherfucker in this place in this city that I used to work in. And every time we went to have lunch and shit, this motherfucker would drive a BMW. He'd park in front of the fucking convenience store. He would basically have loud music fucking blasting off of his fucking speakers and shit. And it came to my attention at some point because like when we were sitting down fucking eating and shit, like drinking and whatnot. It comes to my attention, like he has the BMW, but he can't fucking afford gas for it. He has to like just barely eat. He has to fucking eat sausages and goddamn fucking tuna to afford the gas for the fucking car. So that's what a lot of people do. They buy a fucking fancy ass car, but then what? Like you can't afford the fucking gas to drive the fancy ass car. So it's just ridiculously fucking narcissistic. Because oh wow, dude, I got a cool car, dude. Like super lit, brother. Oh my god, you know. Like, how about you shove your car up your goddamn fucking butthole and see if it fits as like a fucking butt plug? You stupid piece of shit.
Oh, god. Okay, so I actually did a video talking sort of about like the let's see. Thought I talked about it on here.
Ghislaine Maxwell is trending on Twitter. Poggers. Wow, that's cool. Ghislaine Maxwell conviction upheld. Why am I not surprised by this? Why am I not surprised by this? Wait, what is that, Gabriel? Is that about the fucking is that like the Wish iPhone versus the Apple iPhone? The Wish phones are funny though. They're fucking hilarious.
So, but there are a lot of alternatives. I think I sort of address it in this video where I'm talking about there are some people who they live such a lifestyle that they end up remaining poor because especially with the bankers, the bankers want you to be indebted to them, and they want you to take out a car loan, they want you to take out a home loan, and they don't care if you can fucking,
you know, come back.
They don't care if you can pay it.
Like,
they just want you to sign up for it, and then that way you have the bank loan, you have a car loan, and then now you have a lot of you can't really pay for the extra stuff that you may want, or you can't save anything. Like they don't really want you to save money. They want you to spend it.
You know what's funny though? I actually watched this video by Sam Hyde not too long ago, where he's basically like going like he's got like a bunch of like thousands of dollars in debt to like loans and shit, and fucking car rents and shit like that. But he's not gonna pay it because they don't want you to pay it. They just want you to keep on having that fucking debt because that's what gives him like leverage and shit. Yeah,
exactly.
And,
well, and if you understand how banks work, they use that to get funding because because banks are on the stock market too. Like like they're just like any other business. Which is weird to me, like to some degree. I mean, obviously, I don't want to centralize a bank, but I do like that there are competing branches of banks. But obviously, we still have the central reserve currency anyway. But the competing banks, they need to raise funding, so they need more people indebted to them to be under their, like they label it as assets under management. And that's a term for them how much money that they have in loans from people, and they get to say, look how much, how many people signed up for a home loan, like a mortgage with us, or like a car loan. Like, this is how many people did that, and this is how much money we have, and then they can basically fundraise money from other investors, to be able to fund their bank and keep them flowing, keep money flowing through the bank.
Yeah, and also like gives them some leverage, like the advantage over people, because then people are gonna be afraid. Oh, are they gonna hit me with a lawyer? Oh, are they gonna put me in court? Or I'm fucked. I might as well pay now. So yeah, I mean,
yeah. Not to mention that the credit score. Like you've got to make sure that you meet that credit score. So if you can't miss a monthly payment. So it's part of it. Like
one thing I was thinking about today, like not too long ago, I was thinking about like, you know what? I use a lot of like I don't pay for Spotify, for example, and I have like the premium version, quote unquote premium version, but I don't pay for it. I use a plugin to basically make it no advertisements, and you can just use Spotify almost as if you paid for it. Sometimes when I use this thing, I use this for Spotify. I use the same thing for my YouTube on my phone. I use this shit for like a lot of things. As long as they exist, I'm gonna use them because I'm a fucking cheap ass motherfucker. But I was thinking about it. I was like, how do these guys do these programs and these softwares and things? And like they release this to the fucking public and shit, like to the world. And I was thinking about it. Maybe they do it out of like, spite for the companies and shit, which is totally viable. But I was also thinking about it. I was like, maybe they like yoink your data, and they yoink your data and they possibly fucking sell it to like advertisers anyways. I was thinking about it. I don't give a shit if they yoink my data. I'm a broke ass motherfucker. My bank account has no money in it. You know what I mean? I literally have no money to my name. I have nothing to my name outside of the ISP. The ISP is the only thing I have to my name, and it's purely so that I can like verify myself on certain things and say that I actually own something. That's the only purpose that I have for the ISP having my name. Hold on, I need to burp. Pardon me. Wait, no, that's not it. Bless me. But my point is, I was just like actually legitimately, not for real. I was actually legitimately thinking about it. Like if my data is to be yoinked, what are they going to do with my data? Like I don't have any money. I'm not going to be friendly for advertisers because I'm not going to buy shit because I don't have money to buy shit. So what can they do with my data? Nothing. Unless there's something else that I do not know about. Know what I'm saying? Dog? Out of the wazoo?
Yeah. I mean,
straight bussing?
For me, I don't particularly pay any attention to how exactly I spend. I mean, I spend my money on the things that I have to, but I don't like look at exactly what brand. I'm not trying to make any statement by what I buy. The only thing that I really cared about what brand I got was whenever I picked out my CPU, I picked AMD over Intel because I just don't like Intel because I feel like they're a really scummy company in the way that they do things. I mean, AMD probably is as well, but I don't know. I felt like AMD was a better company when I picked my CPU. And I mean, other than that, I don't really care. I don't have to have a certain brand of most things. I don't optimize for it to be the cheapest thing, and I don't necessarily optimize for it to be the most expensive thing. And I don't really care about what brand. I just buy what I think looks good or what I think is valuable to me.
Yeah.
LP Foss has a good point.
Yeah, I was just replying to that. Right? No, like, listen, I barely, to be honest, I barely use Pornhub. Once I found the subreddits, I barely use Pornhub because I mean, why would I when I fucking like you can watch subreddits? There's just a bunch of skanks wanting attention, anyways. So I'm just giving it to them. I'm not really giving them attention. I'm just like, going through the fucking things and watching it. But Yeah, I also, but when I rarely kind of see, or when I rarely go to Pornhub these days, because like the thing is, like, porn is so fucking out of touch these days that I just like, I might as well not even like fucking look at it. You know, it's so out of touch. And some of these hoes, they're actually like almost close, or almost like super close to what the porn stars look like. Anywho, but even if I use Pornhub, I use it under a VPN and an anonymous browser thing going on, right? So, what are they going to do with that? Not a lot, I don't think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, especially now that a lot of the devices are going to where like you can't access the user data if they turn off like the setting. Like I like as much as I hate Apple, like that is one feature of the iPhones that are a little bit better, that you can turn off the tracking data, which Facebook was mad about actually. Facebook was mad that you could turn off the tracking data because they were saying like, oh well, we're not going to be able to operate in the European Union anymore, so we're just going to completely leave. Like we're not going to be have Facebook in the EU anymore.
They never do that. They're like,
no, they were talking a big game. Like they were just talking.
It's like this. It was kind of like the same bullshit with the Article 13. I don't know if you guys had that shit in America, but YouTube came up with this article, the Article 13 for Europe, because of like the whole European laws about the internet and whatever the fuck. And a lot of YouTubers went like, "Oh my god, my channel is gonna be terminated because I put a music or put a song that like it's used in every video ever and stuff." It was like, yeah, no one really cares, man. Your channel's not gonna be fucking terminated, dumbass. You know, it's just like an article. You know, I don't remember what it was about. Anyway, like, dude, I opened up a Ghislaine Maxwell thing here on a Big Black Cock. You know that website, that network?
Oh yeah, that network. Yeah,
Big Black Cock. I just wanted to read a little bit about it. So it's a U.S. judge has upheld Ghislaine Maxwell's sex trafficking conviction, denying her bid for a new trial. Maxwell, 60, had complained that one of the jurors falsely stated before the trial that he had never been sexually... Wait, what? Maxwell, 60, had complained that one of the jurors... What is a juror? Is that like a person in the jury?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just somebody who's in the jury.
Falsely stated before the trial that he had never been sexually... Is that not a good thing? What am I missing here?
Let me read it. Let's see.
What am I missing here? The guy, whoever the juror is, falsely stated before the trial that he had never been sexually abused. Is that not a good thing? I think that should be a good thing, right?
Lying about sexual abuse?
Yeah, that's very bad.
Wait, but did they lie? Like, I don't know if
if he falsely stated that he had never been sexually abused, that means he was sexually abused, but he told the court he never was. To get on the jury.
Yeah, basically, the whole point is that they're trying to say that because he was sexually abused and that this is a sexual abuse case, that he would then automatically have a bias. And they want to try they want to try to have a unbiased jury. That's what they're trying to say.
Okay. Yeah, so that's exactly what I was missing. All right, cool. Yeah, thanks for that's what I was missing. I was like, bro, like, isn't that good? I mean, so she said her lawyer, she doesn't say shit because she's got a muzzle on. Her lawyers argued the fact that the juror had been abused in the past meant he could not be impartial. So I should have read just a little bit more, literally like the next fucking sentence, but whatever. Maxwell was convicted in December last year of trafficking girls for the late American financier Jeffrey Epstein, the egg dick guy. She faces up to 65 years in prison, but maintains her innocence. Epstein killed himself in prison in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. The jury in question was earlier given immunity from prosecution. He had, wow, goddamn. He had asked to be identified by his first and middle name, Scotty David. Oh, way to dox that guy.
Yeah, that's...
When asked why he failed to disclose his past in the jury questionnaire, when explicitly asked, he said it was an advertent mistake. This is one of the biggest mistakes I have made in my life. He had a saying he flew through the document and was super distracted by everything going on around him in the jury.
No, he meant to. But it doesn't really matter. In the end of the day, I don't think that this matters. Like, there's no way this matters. Because it doesn't matter. I mean,
you know what this is?
To her, it probably does matter because
you know what this is? It's just stalling. It's literally just stalling. This is probably like the fucking media, like the elite dipshits. They probably can listen to us at this point, or whatever. I mean, we're on YouTube. We're not on Vim. They don't listen to us on Vim. Maybe they do. I don't fucking care. But like on YouTube, they definitely listen to us if they want to. But the elite motherfuckers who can suck my dick, with some lube, but please be gentle. I'm not a child anymore. So, but those absolute dipshits, I'm pretty sure they're just doing this so that they can stall this whole thing. What if they, like I'm going to be a conspiracy theorist right now. What if they didn't pay this guy to be fucking saying all these things? Huh?
I mean, to me,
yeah,
it could be, think. Yeah. That's actually a good point. They could have tried to fix it. Like fix the jury. And
they fucking did all the things that they could to keep the case off of public eye. Like only a select few people were talking about this. When this is the case of the year, and only like a very select few. When I say select few, I mean like people who actually cared about this. We're talking about this when they completely annihilated the Twitter account that was covering the whole like trial case. So, makes you think.
Yeah, it's definitely questionable. I don't know. I never know because honestly, I think that there's an equal level of stupidity and equal level of like evil from some of these people who are like rich twats. Like I think it's equal level of evil and both stupidity. Because I mean, stuff like the Hunter Biden laptop. I mean, like that he's. Honestly, he should be in jail for that, because like I don't know if he was caught on. He was caught on in pictures with minors, doing crack and blow off of these minors, stuff like that.
What?
Yeah, Joe Biden's son was.
The son of Joe Biden. Oh,
yeah, Hunter. Yeah, his name is Hunter.
Well, how old is Joe Biden's son?
He's like, I think he's mid-30s or maybe 40.
Oh, well, yeah, then fucking prosecute this piece of shit, Kill him, actually, Yeah, hang him.
They won't do anything.
You know what I miss, dude?
Anything.
You know what I miss? I miss public hangings. I think those things were so cool. I think they were like an actual event for the whole family.
Like everybody get your popcorn.
Yeah. Like, hey guys, today we got a great event going on. There's going to be a public hanging. We're going to go to the public square. They're going to hang someone. And like, the kids, the grandmothers, the grandfathers, the parents, they all went over to the public square to see the fucking guy get hung. I thought, I think it's a very family friendly event. I don't know where it went wrong that we stopped doing that. I just think it was great. I never went through any of those, but I kind of miss. I don't know why. I wish I did see one of those. I'm gonna grab another beer. So once again,
I think I think I'm about to.
You done, so?
Yeah, I'm getting worn down, man. Probably gonna have to call it for here shortly. So maybe we can let me.
All right,
at least let me
okay,
think
so here's what we're gonna do. It's almost 3 a.m. So we're gonna sit through it. All right, we're gonna sit through it. We're gonna hang out until it's like 3 a.m. and then we call it.
Okay. Quick break. I'm gonna
gonna go on a quick break. Is that it?
Yeah, quick bathroom break.
Well, god damn it! So I have to be the entertainer now.
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, you be the entertainer.
Well, shit. I don't have wine, Ron. I got beer today. I know that's impressive. I'm not drinking wine, but I prostituted myself. This guy, and where did I find him? I think it was on Facebook. This guy, like this 65-year-old guy, was like, "Yeah, I need like some cute-looking dudes to send me nudes and tell me how they would get fucked." And I was like, you know what? I need a pack of beers. So here we go. We got beers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. I did yoink for him. Or oink. Yeah, I'm used to saying yoink, so. But I did oink, yes. It was great. I'm not gay, but $25 is $25. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Life is, in fact, a bitch. Someone on 4chan showed his OnlyFans account where he filmed himself burping. $1,200 a month? There's no fucking way. Dude, I can fucking burp for days if I want to. If I can make $1,200 a month, I'll fucking burp for a whole week. But that's a dude. Like, I mean, I thought chicks would get away with literally anything, but a dude? Wow. Okay. I don't know. I guess I'm hanging out in the wrong places. God damn. Embrace my inner thought. Yeah.
Is the chat encouraging you to be a degenerate?
I wouldn't mind it. If it paid, I wouldn't mind it. That could be a thought.
Pig that you thought. That would be funny.
I wouldn't mind it. But yeah, man, I ain't gay, but $25 is $25, as I said before. But
imagine like you open it OnlyFans, and all of a sudden you have all these, like, you're like, oh, there's gonna be all these women messaging me, and all of a sudden it's all dudes.
It's all dudes, yeah. That's probably what happens for the most part. I ain't gay, but I'll take a dick for rent. But anyways, we're about to be done here. We got like 8 minuti left, or 7 actually at this point. But it was a good show. I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it? Also, everybody, congratulate Trey on being a father for the second time. By the way, he's been a father for the second time, bro. God damn. He's got a fucking tiny ass Trey in his place now.
Yep. Now I got two more mouths to feed. So.
Yeah. You might have to do the same thing, you know.
I saw somebody say somebody had the joke of like whenever someone announced that a woman announced she was pregnant or whatever, and then someone made it like a cake is like congrats on the successful sex. It's like, oh my god.
I mean, it's kind of true, no?
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Like that.
Was that the video? Or
That's kind of like what it was like.
Yeah. Well, say your things, you know, well, I'll say mine because you know, typically people retain the memories of the one who said it last. So I will just say like if you want to watch me, if you're like at work or whatever the fuck and you're bored and you want to watch someone be an idiot on the internet, you can watch my live streams at Twitch or Vim or Trovo. I'm going for Trovo as well nowadays because I'm a whore. But yeah, at EldritchsPIG, it's EldritchsPIG on everything, all social media, all stupid things that fucking yep. And if you want to check my OnlyFans, it's yoink oink oink. It's not. I'm actually joking. I don't have an OnlyFans that I will advertise here, but yeah, that's about it.
Yet, you don't have one yet.
You go ahead.
Yeah. So you guys can follow me, Trey50Daniel. I'll stream on Twitch and Vim usually, and I'm going to start making some more YouTube videos at some point once we get things settled down on my Trey's Think Tank channel, and you know, you could follow me on Twitter as well to keep up with my hopefully funny tweets and hopefully interesting tweets. So.
Yeah, my Twitter is a bunch of like me being angry at meta things. So, well, that's it, folks. I mean, I think I will hang out in the general chat for a little bit. If anyone's over there, I'll hang out and I'll chat with anyone who's there. But if no one will be there, then I'll just be done. But if you want to hang out, if you want to have a chat on general chat, feel free to join me and stuff. I'm going to continue to have some beers and I might do some other things or whatever. You know, whip my cock out if you want me to or whatever. But it's, yeah. I think we are going to be done here for the Maze of Thoughts this week. Thank you very much for listening and watching and whatever. Follow it if you want to or whatever. And yeah, have a fantastic weekend. I don't fucking, dude. I hate saying like the goodbyes and shit, bro.
Here, I'll do it for
But
you.
yeah.
Go
All right,
to
cool.
general chat.